What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and Word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the Word. Boy, I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, Nine?
What up, though? It's the Word. You see the title, we about to get into it. And ain't nobody in the chat, so we about to get right into the conversation.
Mixtapes.
My bad. That is a little technical difficulty. But yeah, so today we talking about this is why most people don't achieve in life. Right? You think
as the 9% and Word would say, make a better you,
goals,
a better us.
Have aspiration to achieve various things in life but never reach them. Why is that? Why is that? Why do some people achieve things and some people don't? Well, you go study the people who achieve things. And a lot of times, the most common denominator is good. They believe in what they can, they believe in themselves to the point where they push themselves, no matter what the adversity is, to achieve their goal. The belief in self. Just believing in self a lot of times, it gets you where you're going, right? Believing in self will get you where you're going. But you need a little bit more than that. But believing in yourself leads you to what the number one cause of people not achieving things in life. You study the people who achieve things, like I said, they tell you is the belief in self. But what did that belief in self develop? Develop a mindset. That belief in self develop a mindset that propels them to the goals, the dreams, the aspirations, whatever they set out to achieve. That's that mindset, that mental framework. That's how it got them where they at. And that's what keeps a lot of people from achieving things, because even that belief doesn't develop that mindset When people get evidence that what they're trying to do may be a little too hard or too tough or may take too long, why do those people quit and other people just grind it out? What up, Nine?
As the 9%
Commander
and word would say,
Administrator,
make a
defenses in
better
the
you,
building.
a
What up,
better
man?
us.
Appreciate you, sir. Naomi, what up, though? Two videos are overlapping. Dang, they are. I know they kicked me out for a minute, but it must have did something on me. We'll fix that right now. You're not responding. This is wild.
Being rational, give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Who am I? I'm the one who put in the word.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I won't ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
I want this one.
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics mixtape.
Okay, I hope I get the video. It only show I got one.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a
But I
better
don't
us.
quite understand. It's messed up like that. I might have to end the screen. Oh. Huh? Yeah, this is weird. Are we back on track now? Okay. So I guess we good to go now. Okay, cool. Cool. What the heck? My computer going crazy. All right, so I need to take that from the top, huh? Okay, so we need to take that from the top. 9 minutes in. I kind of just want to. Yeah, let me just end this and start a new. No, never mind. I'll just edit. We here. We rocking. We rolling. We good to go. So yeah. So yeah, we appreciate you, sis Commander. Appreciate you. See, I don't know what I would have did without you because I didn't. None of that was playing on my screen. I had to go to YouTube to see what you was talking about. You know, first I went into the studio because I thought it was like sometimes it was like double book alive, and I'm thinking that's what you was talking about. But then when I go into YouTube and I'm like, hold on, bro, it's the intro video playing. So yeah, all right. So tonight we talking about this is what most people don't achieve in life, right? And when you look at what I'm talking about, so many people set goals, have aspirations, and they never quite get to them. Right? And why is that? Why do some people achieve and some people don't? It's really, if you really truly think about it, it's the minority that achieves success in life, not the majority. So looking at the minority, what is different about the people who achieve things in life, who set goals and dominate those goals, overcome adversity? What's so different about these people than the people who give up? And looking at that, studying various people, especially back in the industrial age, you really study a lot of those people like J.P. Morgan and Carnegie. When you start looking at them, uh, William Ford, when you Walt Disney, when you look at these people, what's so different about them than the common folk, than the majority? And it's the belief in self, right? It's the belief in self. These people believed in themselves when nobody else believed in them, right? So looking at that, a lot of times just the belief in self is that wasn't the only factor. In fact, that once I understood this aspect, it led me to understand is the belief in self, but what that belief in self should, not always, because I can name probably about two people within history who had belief in self but just never achieved things. Um, but what that belief in self normally and usually develops is a mindset, right? And that mindset is what carries you, helps you recalibrate, help you adjust during times of adversity. It's the mindset. And understanding what the mindset truly is, we have to break it down, right? We have to break it down. We talked about this numerous times, but I was I don't even want to say called. It was like I was kind of um, highly influenced by something that was going on in my head to talk about this. But is the mindset is the mental framework, right? And we all, this is one of them things that people say and never truly understand. It's the mindset, it's the mindset, it's the mental framework. What is the mental framework? Well, the mental framework is how you perceive things, right? So we want to properly develop the right mental main frame. I mean, the right mental mind frame to establish a positive mindset. So we have to understand the integral parts of the mindset, which is the mind frame, the way you frame your mind. What is that? It's the way you perceive things, right? So if you notice the people who achieve highly in life, they don't really believe they have no other choice. So the way they look at it is, I have to do this. It has to get done. I once told y'all, well, not once, I always tell y'all, I use ignorance. I use ignorance to prevent me from failing or giving up in things that I truly desire, even this YouTube thing. I have so many ups and downs in this. 1 minute you get 19, 20, you think you're going up, you think more people paying attention to the message, and then you drop back down to 4 or 5 people. I've been fluctuating like that for 2 years now, and I'm still at it because I know it's me. Is I have to find a way to deliver the information in a way more people are going to consume it. So a lot of times I get in my own way. So, but it's my mindset that prevents me from stopping because I know eventually I'm gonna get it. It's gonna click. I'm gonna do something, and that's what it's gonna be. That's just how it works. How it always worked in life for me. You know, instead of thinking like, "Oh, this is too hard. It's not working out," I just adjust. Okay, tried it that way. That didn't work. Let me do this. Oh, that worked a little bit. Well, let me do that. Add a little bit of it. That's just how I did everything in life. It's just how I go about life. Well, why is that? It's the way I look at it. I want something. So even if I don't get it the way I think I'm supposed to get it, that just means that's not the way to get it. I just got to figure out another way to get it. But oftentimes when things get hard, people face adversity. You know what they do? Whoop, that didn't work. That didn't work. They find more excuses not for it to work than for it to work. Mouthpiece, what up though, my brother? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I seen some Dee Dee, 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 Dee Dee. What up though? Appreciate you. Bronze in the building. What up, my brother? What up, Nine? My brother Brian's in the building. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So it's the mind frame, it's the perception, how you look at things. So you even break that down a little bit more. Well, how do you look at things? Right? Do we look at things when we see something? Do we look at it as a positive or a negative? Right? When you see things or people put tasks in front of you, is the first thing you think about why it wouldn't work, or is the first thing you think about how to make it work? This is all your perception. Your perception is the most important part of that mind frame, is the way you look at things. And that's a lot of that's predicated upon past experience, the way you perceive things. So you see a lot of times with people who've been through traumatic things in life, they'll tell you something like, well, you know, this is what life has to offer. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering. You know, those people who life has broken, they don't think about none of the good times they had. They just continuously talk about the negative aspects of life. That's because that's how they perceive things. Past experiences give us future perception. So when we're thinking about how to properly build a mind frame, we must see what's beneficial. And if the first thought when you hear things like even this, hey, let's start a group. Well, now groups don't work because people people like that. As soon as you say, hey, let's do this, they tell you the first thing they say is how or why it won't work. That's how they perceive things. And it's probably predicated on past experiences. But if you say let's start a group and somebody say, well, okay, yeah, well, first we're gonna need to do this. We're gonna make sure we have to have this. We gotta do if a person thinking like that, now their perception is how to make things work versus how things can't work. You ever meet someone and you say, hey, have you tried this? And they be like, no, it didn't work. You be like, oh, you tried it? No, I didn't try it. I just know it wouldn't work. Pay attention to that because if the initial thought is how something can't work, they're telling you how they perceive things. They're looking for the flaws. And most common people think that's okay. But what I'm telling you, people who achieve things, who are successful in life, they don't think that way. They think of how can I make it happen? Okay, yeah, we got some obstacles. There's gonna be some adversity, but let's do this. Let's put this in place. So if this do happen, guess what? We got this in place. So we ain't got to worry about it. So they more or less thinking productive. How to make something work. That should be number one on your list if you're trying to create a mind frame. Especially when you're going into something. Say if you want to go back to school. Your first thought is I'm too old. I ain't got enough time. No. Okay, look, we know all those things. You're older, which means, look, I ain't got time to play. I ain't got a lot of time, so I gotta figure out how to make time. Even if all those things are true. If you willing to not try because of those things versus trying to adjust and adapt about your mindset, that shit need to be fixed. That need to be fixed. Your initial thought should not be how something don't work. Even if you have experience. If I tried something, say if I tried something 15, 20 times and it didn't work, my first thought is, I don't know enough about this. Let me go find out or let me go learn. Let me put myself around people. I don't think it just don't work because I couldn't make it work the way I wanted it to work. That's what people think. People think life is supposed to work the way they think it's supposed to work. And they don't take the time out. Okay, maybe I just don't know enough about this. Again, this is the perception. This is how you look at things. Right? Now I'm gonna have to take y'all backwards a little bit. Right? So I wanted to explain perception within the mental framework, which leads to the mindset. Right? So now we're about to go all the way back to the beginning. What did I tell you at the beginning? What develops the mindset? The belief. A lot of times people will tell you belief is a thought. It's not. It's an emotion. It's the way you feel about things. That's what a belief is. Don't believe me? Observe yourself. The things you believe is how you feel about it. Tell me I'm wrong. Belief is an emotion. So if you don't feel like you can achieve things, or if you don't feel like you can obtain things, you're not going to think you can do it. So what you're going to do is convince yourself you can't do it if you don't have a strong belief. This is why people will, just like I was saying, people will first reaction to something. The first thing they do is tell you why it wouldn't work. Very first reaction is tell you why it wouldn't work. Is because they don't believe, they don't feel. So to even develop a perception, you have to feel like you can achieve something. So not only do you have to work on the way you think, but if you don't change the way you feel, those feelings influence thoughts. So the stronger the belief in something, the more you'll be willing to adjust, the more you'll be willing to adapt, the more you'll figure out a way to get it done. The less you feel about it, the more excuses you go make, the more justifications you go add to why it can't be done. So you gotta have a feeling. And a lot of times those feelings people don't have is because they don't build themselves up. Like I said, if you don't have enough knowledge about something, you're not going to attack it. You're not going to, the more information you have, you attack it even harder because I know about this. So I know the ups and downs. I know if I keep thinking about this, right? Think about you driving on the freeway and you just passed the gas station, right? A mile from you passing that gas station, your car breaks down, you need some gas. Now you got the information that this gas station is behind you. You know it's about a mile. Yeah, you might not walk it, but you know you need gas. But what you go do? Probably go get out and walk to that gas station. I only got to go a mile. Why? Because you know it's there. You feel good about it because you have knowledge and information on where the gas station is. Now imagine that same scenario. You ain't passed no gas station. You ain't passed no gas station. But your car break down. Are you willing to walk until you find a gas station? Or you go sit there and wait for somebody to pass you? You ain't passed one, so you have no knowledge. You don't know this area. You don't know how far the next gas station is. You ain't seen no sign. Because the lack of information where a gas station is located, you go convince yourself more not to do it. Knowledge is power. Knowledge determines how we move or how we approach things. So even if we tried some stuff and it didn't work, the first thought is maybe I need more information. That should be the first thought. But like I said, most people, a lot of people, I'm not even gonna say most, a lot of people have had ups and downs in life and didn't know how to properly assess the situation that they were in. So they didn't learn the lessons from it. So they just perceive it as it existed to them. If it was painful, then they didn't like it. If it was joyful, then they like it. That's common folk. Common folk are sheep. They need to be heard and led, and that's okay. You know, everybody ain't born to be leaders. Everybody ain't born to be doers or shakers. Some people are here to follow. That's just how society is built. Some people are built to follow. Some people are built to lead. Leaders suffer when they follow. Followers suffer when they try to lead. That's just how things work out. But even in that, you still have to be aware of information. The more we know, the more we can do. The more we do, the more we can produce. That's just how it works. Knowledge is power. Power should be spread to the people. Information should be spread to the people. But even doing that, the people got to want it. But it all starts with the belief. People want to be successful in life. Who want to struggle, man? Who really want to struggle? But people look for hand-me-outs most of the time. Most people want to be taken care of. They don't want to be the ones taking care of people. They don't want to be the ones taking care of people. They want to be taken care of. And society has just made us even lazier and lazier and lazier. At one point, y'all know we used to have to go get our own food. We had to grow crops. We had to hunt. Now we just go to the grocery store. That's the new hunt, going to the grocery store. You know, mass majority of people don't know how to grow nothing. They don't know how to hunt. So if something ever happened where the grocery industry was shut down, people would be in trouble. People would be in trouble. Most people don't remember phone numbers no more. We store them all in our phone. What we need to remember it for, we just go to the phone. Most people don't know how to read maps. DJ, what up, though? From Most Hated, appreciate you. That's my bro. That's my bro. You know, most people don't know how to read maps. Most people don't challenge themselves. You know, we live in this microwave society where we feel things should come instantly. Most people don't plant seeds and nourish the environment, nourish the soil until the seed sprout into a tree and able to feed you. You got to feed that seed first. You got to take care of that seed before that seed can take care of you. Most people ain't willing to do that no more. They just want instant gratification, instant results. They want everything laid at their feet. This society is entitled. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. This society is entitled. But you know, the ones who thrive in this society, the ones who put the work in, because it's literally lack of competition now. It ain't like I said the industrial age. People was competing for everything. Nowadays, it's really no competition. You got people who do it and people who don't. And the people who don't always look up for the people to do it to save them. Ain't nobody coming to save us but ourselves. That's why I used to wonder. Like I got a cousin right now. You know, he young, he real humble. But I got two cousins that got golden jackets. You know, they famous. Played in the NFL. They got golden jackets. Hall of Famers, right? Two cousins. And my one cousin, he my age. Darrell Reeves, he my age, right? And I seen him change. I seen him change. Like he went from I want to help everybody to do it yourself. And I'm like, dang, bro, you done made it out. You done got all this money, famous and all this. Now you telling people, and people, at first it looked like he did that because he got famous. Nah, he ain't do that because he got famous. Did that because he realized people just want hand-me-outs. And everything that he earned, everything that he gained was through hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears. You think it's easy to be an NFL player, what they put their body through? They miss family because they in training camp. He constantly trained. He trained like almost 10 months out of the year. I think he used to take a month off. I watch my little cousin do it now. Kill himself, keep in shape. That's a lot of work they put in, and then he get paid, and then people hold their hand out. They ain't did nothing. I ain't ran a 40-yard dash. They ain't they ain't did no push-ups. They ain't take no hits. They ain't doing no 6-7 hour practices, and they ain't doing none of that. But they feel they're entitled, like because he made it, that they made it. That's not how it works. You know, I never asked my cousin for nothing but to sign my jersey. That's all I ever asked. And I bought my jersey. I didn't ask him for a game jersey and that. No, bro, sign my jersey. And them the only jerseys I wear is my family. I'm straight. I ain't wearing nobody else's jersey. Jug, what up, though? But I see my little cousin. I see him. He keep, family close, but I see him, distance himself. And at first he was the same way. He do his camps every year, for the kids. He got a nonprofit foundation, where he help kids get scholarships to go to college. He put the work in. Don't nobody see that. He do that for the community, but he don't hand nothing out. And he shouldn't. Ain't no hand me outs. He had to work for it. You do too. If anything, he's an example of what hard work can lead to. He an example. And most people don't look at success as inspiration. It don't motivate most people. And when I look at it, I'm like, damn, if they got it, I can do it too. When I see 1,000 people in somebody chat, I'll be like, I could do that too. I might not do it like they do it. My path might be longer and harder because I don't do all the drama. I don't do all the, I entertain, we have fun, we laugh, we have open conversation. We do all that. But I ain't here to break nobody down. I'm here to build them up. And that ain't what people want to be entertained. So my path is going to be a little longer, a little harder. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. No shortcuts. No shortcuts. I ain't go trauma bond with nobody. I don't do none of that. I ain't here to make you feel bad. I'm gonna make you feel good. I'm gonna empower you. That's my goal. People don't want that though. People like being victims, bro. We warriors, bro. We all been through something, man. And we still here. I mean, we fought through it. So now I ain't gonna pull on your heartstrings and do none of that. If anything, I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna push you. You come over here, I want you to be great. I don't want to be great by myself. It's lonely at the top. I've been there a couple times. It's lonely. That's the next time I go up there, I'm bringing people with me so we can party. Let's party at the top, man. There's enough room for everybody. There's enough room for everybody. I think a lot of people are really scared to be great because it comes with responsibility, right? Especially if you don't know how to tell nobody no. Look, when I made some real money, that was the hardest thing I had to do, right? Is tell people no. Hardest thing I had to do. When I was broke, I ain't have to tell them no because I just didn't have it to tell them no in the first place. But then when you got money, that's one of the hardest things because you want to help people. But then you realize how hard it was to get where you're going. And if you just keep helping people, they'll never get there. They'll never get there. Adversity is what molds us. But we need tools. We need tools to overcome that adversity. That's where I come in. That's why we talk about these things. How many people telling you the mindset is the mental framework built from the perception based upon past experiences and how you feel? How many people telling you that? That's the sauce. Somebody probably lead you on for a month, 2 months, 3 months, a damn year, spoon feeding you this information. Won't even tell you the basis of it. Won't tell you the basis of it because that's how they keep you around. What they do is make you feel bad to make you feel good. Make you feel bad to make you feel good. Make you feel bad to make you feel good. That's how they keep you around, man. Like most people who are successful in life know how to do one other thing, right? Well, I'm just giving you some. So they're not a market, man. They're not a market themselves. They're not a sell themselves. Right? Everything is attention is a form of currency. Right? Because attention costs time. So attention is a form of currency. So if I can get you to pay me attention, even on this YouTube app, right? I'm monetized. If I can get you to pay me attention, that clocks up my watch hour. The views, if I can convince you to not only pay me attention, but to get other people to pay me attention, that's gonna knock up my views. That's how YouTubers get paid. If I can convince you to pay attention and pull a couple heartstrings where you want to donate to them, that's another way we get paid. But people know how to market themselves. And when people feel good, that's what they like to do. They like to make other people feel good. So that they pay attention, they give you that time, and they donate. So I gotta think, how can I do that responsibly? Right? I like bartering. You give me your time, I give you some information. That's how I look at it. But I can only do it the way I do it, right? I can only do it the way I do it. I gotta be able to sleep at night. I don't like drama. So like, yeah, we have fun. Like I said, we joke around. Oh, let me drop the link. I'm done talking with y'all. Get the gist of it. Gary probably fell asleep. I thought he was gonna come in and pick my brain. But the link is dropped. I'm gonna pin it. If y'all want me to elaborate on any concept, you can put it in the chat if you don't want to come up, but the link is in the chat. I'm about to pin it. But yeah, I guarantee if you create the right mind frame and develop the right belief, you can achieve anything you desire in life. Anything. Because you will be more creative on how to achieve those things with the right perception. It will lead to the right mind frame, which will give you the right mindset. But it all starts with belief. You got to believe you, like, this is one of the hard things too. You have to believe you deserve the things you desire in life. And we all probably say, well, I believe I deserve. No, you don't. That's why you ain't got it. That's why you ain't got it. You really take the time to think about, do you truly believe, do you truly feel in your stomach, in your heart, that you deserve the things you desire in life? First thing people would think of when they think about, oh, I want to be rich. You know what you be thinking about subconsciously? Well, I grew up poor. I did this, I did that. You will start telling yourself all the reasons why you don't deserve to be rich. Those thoughts will pop up in your head. I want to be rich. Well, I don't got a high paying job, so how can I be rich? I want to be rich. Well, I ain't got fancy clothes. How can I be rich? I want to be rich. I ain't got no talents that people will want to pay me. Why not be rich? I want to be rich. Well, I ain't got the education. You'll begin to tell yourself. You see where I'm going with this? So if y'all been watching the last couple of days, we've been talking about manipulation. So now what I'm doing is associating it back to the former topic, because all this stuff, the spider web, is connected. You manipulate yourself. That's why I always say, speak nice to yourself. Talk nice to yourself. Say all nice things. Don't say nothing negative about yourself. If it's a flaw or something you got to tell yourself, you go work on it. But don't talk negative. Don't talk down to yourself. Because you start programming yourself doing that. You start building a mind frame. You start building a mindset by saying negative things to yourself. You manipulate yourself from having the things you desire. You manipulate yourself. We talk ourselves out of things. Let me tell you this. So I'm going to use myself for an example. When I first was supposed to come on YouTube, it was actually supposed to be 5 of us, and we were supposed to do a podcast. And I'm thinking like, hey, well, if we go do a podcast, we should film it live and put that content on YouTube and still do the podcast, right? Because they was just talking about, I'm talking about going to a radio station and all this doing. All right. And then the more I started looking into it, I'm like, bro, why don't we just do it on YouTube? We can do it as a podcast. But bro, we ain't gotta limit ourselves to one site, we can do it multiple sites. So anyway, that was the idea. So start. We had an audio guy, we had a graphics guy, we had a sound guy. I mean, that's it, audio. We had a video, a graphics, and a sound guy, and then it was me and my homeboy. He was like the intellect, right? And I was just like the old wise guy who just knew a lot of stupid shit, right? That's what I was. I like what you saying before about seeing and hunting true happiness is knowing you can live, not have to work all the time. They need to get up and learn to, oh my God, that DJ, that's what I'm talking about. Like, people think living is getting up, going to work, doing, like, that's not living. Living is enjoying the experiences that life has to offer, and we put ourselves in that rat race. We put ourselves there, work, money, income, all that. Yeah, we need it to survive and to thrive, but we don't have to get it the traditional way. We don't have to get it that way. If we take the time and really observe and educate ourselves, there's so many. Like, think about these companies. This is how it works. They pay you to do shit they don't want to do so they can have free time to live. That's how it works. But they make more money paying you to do the shit they don't want to do. And you give up a lot of your time for a little bit. And that's not even really investing in yourself. I get a 401k. Nah, bro. You don't understand what I'm saying. You put a lot of time into these jobs and you get a bare minimum retirement plan. And all that time, it just go to that. And that's if you save. Well, you can have been investing that time into you to build a legacy. 8 hours a day. Think about if you work 5 hours, 8 hours a day. I mean, 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. All right, 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. Really, it'd be 10 hours a day. If you calculate the time it take you to get ready to get to work, get off work, come home. Might be longer than that, depending on how far away you work from work. And then you got to sleep. That's 8 hours. So that's 18 hours. You had 6 hours to live. You have 6 hours to live now. I'm straight. I'm good. I learned my lesson. I'm good. I'm gonna live, man. I'm gonna enjoy it. That's why so many people be bitter, bro. They never really have time to live. They too busy working, investing into somebody else's legacy. And I'm not saying we all can be bosses. I'm not saying that, because that's just not reality. We need workers. But what I'm saying is, you can put yourself in position, if you desire to make a healthy income and live life. You can do that. There's a lot of people who do it. A lot of people do it. I know a doctor who said he became a doctor just to work 48 hours a week. That's all he worked. He give him 48 hours. He got 5 days off. He worked 2 24-hour shifts a week. You can put yourself in position to be a boss. You just got to desire it. You can't settle. You got to have that right mind frame. You got to have it. You can pick up a trade and skill and become a boss. You can start your own construction company, your own HVAC company, your own electric service, your own mechanic shop, restaurant owner. Is it hard work? Yeah, you the boss, man. But it's satisfying. and you get to live, man. You pay people to do what you don't want to do. You be the person paying them to do what you don't want to do. Put yourself in that position and see if you live it. That's where I'm trying to. That's where I'm going. I ain't even saying trying. That's where we going. Being in that position where we can hire people. Yeah, you do that. You do that. You do that. I'm gonna pay you this. Thank you. There's always gonna be workers, but yeah, that ain't us. But like I was saying about the manipulation, like people manipulate themselves. People talk themselves out of their blessings by thinking they don't deserve it, by thinking they ain't good enough to have it. You ever see someone who was in a bad relationship, they got out of it, and then had a good person left them to go get in another bad relationship? I think everybody done either I did that before. I did that twice. I can think back in my life, I did that twice. And I can tell you why I did it. Because at the time I wasn't shit. I wasn't shit. I wasn't worth shit. I was in the street running around, and it was a good girl. And I was like, man, I ain't about to fuck her life up. Broke up with her and went and got a little hood rat. Did that twice. So I know for a fact. I seen people go through that. But I knew I wasn't shit at that time. I ain't gonna lie to you. So what did I do? I built myself up to be the shit. Build myself up. Change the way I thought, even about myself. Even about myself. I can be transparent and honest with y'all because all these are things I talk about is things I overcame. So I can be transparent and honest with y'all. A lot of people can't be honest with themselves. A lot of people can't. A lot of people won't admit, like, hey, I feel like this. Why? Because I notice I can't say that. I just don't like for a guy to call me homie. It makes me mad. I'm a whole woman. You're a black woman. It's really back on crazy people, how people think. Like, man, yeah, you know what? I have when I get passionate, I use the term bro. I say bro a lot. But I totally understand what you're saying. Like in the context of, and that's another thing too. I don't think people really develop respect for self, so it's hard for them to respect other people. Like even by you stating that, if somebody see like this is what I'm talking about, me right now. You'll have like me personally. I look at it like, okay, now I'm understanding this better, right? We don't know each other. So I wouldn't know. Maybe that's like common to me, but now that I see that, because I respect myself, it's easy for me to respect you. So I'd be like, okay, that's what she don't like. That's fine. There's no debating that because I know how it feels to be respected. I know how it feels to um, want respect from other people too. So I know, like people say, you don't give respect. Yes, you do. That's how you get it back. It's by giving it. That's how you earn respect. It's by giving respect. So if she say I don't like this or this makes me uncomfortable, me being a respectful person, I'm an honor. But you'll have most people say, "Oh, stop being this or stop being." Nah, bro. Nah. Everyone has boundaries, and when you see people able to express their boundaries, that's even more respect. Because that's showing they respect themselves enough to let people know, like, hey, this is how you interact with me. So it won't be no confusion, no misunderstanding. That's why I think boundaries are huge. And if you can't express the way you feel to someone, you're talking to the wrong people. That's just how I feel. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna sit there and be quiet about it. Nah, I'll tell you. Because after a while, I'm gonna feel some type of way. You keep saying that. Like I don't use the N word. I don't like the N word. And I understand it's built into people's vernacular. So oftentimes, just having conversation, you hear people say the N word. I don't like it. I don't say it. If you ever hear me call somebody the N word, that's because I really mean it. I mean it like them white boys. That's how I mean it. If I call you that, I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really mean that. I really don't like you. I don't. It's probably one or two people who ever heard me say that be on this internet. Probably one or two people. I don't use it. I don't like it. But I understand it's built in people vernacular. But I do after I hear it so much, I'd be like, hey bro, don't do that. And then even when they do it afterwards, I know it's not out of malice. It's built into their vernacular. So it takes time and it takes awareness for people to eliminate it. And just because I don't like it, I don't expect people to eliminate it. But just try to not do it around me. That's how I feel. So I definitely know how you feel about that. Especially that's your culture. You're Israelite. So it's a certain level of uh it's the way it's just the way you carry yourself around people. And, a certain level of respect should be given to that because that's your culture, you know. And if people can't adjust to it, then they need not to speak to you anyway. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So yeah, but that goes to show people character too, and character has a lot to do with your mindset too. Your character has a lot to do with your mindset. But all these things can be adjusted. A lot of things that most people know is some form of indoctrination that probably happened when they was little, and now that they're older, we got to reprogram ourselves. We got to figure out what works for us and what don't. And if it don't work for you, don't use it. But it's some things it's hard for people to let go. It's something because it's been with them their whole life. So it's hard for them to let go. It's hard for them to adjust. It's hard for them to look at things different. You know, um, like the way I grew up to love. That's just even though my grandmother, I ain't gonna lie to you, she had a high disdain for white people. She didn't hate them. She just did not like them, and that's because of her experience. But she knew, but she was always respectful, pleasant. She just wouldn't deal with them on certain levels, and that's because of her experience. She grew up in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, so she been through some shit. She made it through it, but she understood like I can't hate everyone because I experienced it. But her experiences gave her understanding of how certain people will act. And she'd say, look, all white people ain't bad, but I know the ones who are. That's what she used to always tell me. Oh, I can tell the ones who are. All of them ain't bad. But the ones who are, I can tell. I got enough experience to know shit when I smell it. That's what she used to always tell me. I done smelled shit long enough to know what it smelled like. I got enough experience to smell shit when I smell it. No, but she didn't hate them. She just had a high disdain. She ain't trust them. But the ones who proved themselves to her, she was always cool with them. She fostered a young white dad, a foster brother for like 6, 7 months. A little white boy. She loved people. She just didn't like everybody. I think that's where I get it from. Love people, but I ain't gotta like everybody. But I can love you. But that just goes to show like how like I think about my grandmother's mindset. It was to love yourself enough to know when other people love you. And if they don't love you, then they don't need to be around you because they ain't gonna appreciate you. And I used to always think like it need to be some balance in that. And that's actual balance. That's actual balance, man. Appreciate the ones who appreciate you. And the ones who don't give them the opportunity not to. Appreciate the ones who appreciate you. And the people who don't appreciate you, don't give them the opportunity not to. Stay away from them, man. You don't need them. They need you. It's different when we talk about mindsets. Like I said, a lot of this is it's not just one part. It ain't just the mind frame. You know, it ain't just the perception. It ain't just the character. It's all of that. It's all of it. People's morals, values. Like when you talk about how people look at life, that has a lot of variables involved. A lot of variables. But the way people look at life is generally how they approach life. Right? If I go in a situation thinking negative thoughts, guess what I'm experiencing in that situation? Negative thoughts. But why? Why would I experience those negative thoughts if I only went in thinking of it? Because I'm looking for it. So it'll be a lot of good shit passing me by because I'm focused on the negative aspect. I'm focused on it. I'm not seeing all the positive things because I'm focused and I'm searching and I'm looking for the negative thing. Think about this: when you go in the bookstore, right? And you have, I want a book about cooking recipes. You walk in a bookstore and you go look for the cooking aisle. You find a recipe book. You buy the book. You walk out. You realize how much information you walk past and you didn't even notice it because you was focused on the cooking. You could have walked past books about self-development, relationships, history, religion, spirituality, all these different questions we have, but when we focused on something, we don't see none of that. It's like, the horse in the races, you know why they wear them blinders? So they can only see in front of them, so they can focus on the goal. Because if they was able to look on the side of them, they'd see the other horses. And that'd be a distraction. We do that with the way we feel about things. It's no physical blinders, but it's an emotional blinder. It's an emotion. If you don't feel good about something, you're going to find things to validate your feeling. So that's like, even if you in the dating world, right? You had some bad experiences. You say, oh man, our dogs. Every time you meet a new man, you go find the dog in him. And if you meet a good man who don't even have that in him, you go dismiss him because you focused on the dogs. Probably won't even give him the time of day. Oh, that's just fake. Don't no guy really act like that. Dudes don't really do that. You know why? Because they all dogs. So he was just faking. I heard people say that, like, damn. And I knew the person. Like, I'm like, nah, he really liked that. Like, nah, my dog really liked that. Like, he really, like, one of them hopeless romantics. Like, nah, oh man, the dog. And that same girl got with another dude who was a dog and dogged her out. See, I told you. Because you was looking for something to justify your feelings. People do that. And I'm not saying it happened consciously. Oftentimes it happens subconsciously. That often happens subconsciously. But people will find things that justify the way they feel, if it's good or bad. And if you ain't aware, you'll be tricking yourself out your own blessing. Like, even watching some of these dating shows, right? You on the dating show, you talking about you looking for love, but the important things to you is the aesthetics of a person, right? I want them tall. You need to make 6 figures. Ain't nobody talking about no character. I'd be like, damn, what if he got all that and dog you out? Like, a lot of women want what they call high value men, but they never been with them, and they got this fantasy of how these dudes go treat them until they get with them and realize, like, what even the things you consider of high value is what? Money? Well, guess what? He just bought you. But you thought you was about to have a Cinderella relationship. No, he bought you. You're bought. Your property. I'm not saying all high value men like that, but I'm telling you what happens during a purchase. If a guy, look, man, if a guy get with you and you just expect him to cash you out, and that he bought you. That's what money is. Money is for transaction. So if you with a guy for money, you're transaction. That's how I'm telling you. That's how he's looking at you. But if you get with a guy because his character, that's what you get from him. His character. Yeah, he might not be 6 foot, might not be rich, but he treats you like a queen. And think about it. He might not be rich now. He might get rich later. Because behind every good man, they say, is a good woman. I say the good woman is next to the man. I don't say she's behind him, but she's next to him. But what they basically saying is a good woman can make a good man great. That's what my grandmother used to say. She said, go get you a good woman because a good woman could make a good man great. But make sure she good. Don't be getting none of them hoes. My grandma, I miss her so much, man. Oh, man. We'd be rich if my grandma can come on here and do this. We'd be rich, man. She was that firecracker, man. Yeah, we'd definitely be rich. But that's what can happen, man. But you have to focus on you literally have to focus on your desire. What are you really trying to achieve? You have to define that because people want money. They want money to buy things. So what they focus on is the money. Then they get the money, and then something happened with the money, and they never get the thing they wanted the money for. You focus on what you desire, and everything else will handle itself. Everything else is. When I was a kid, I grew up real unconventionally, right? And probably like a lot of people in this time age, because my grandmother raised me up until I was 9, right? So I grew up in that age where the grandmother was, that was kind of normal. It wasn't like weird or nothing. That was normal. Grandma take or auntie, somebody other than your parents taking care of the kid. My parents were 17 when they had me, but so when I was 9, I moved with my mom. We moved to a whole nother state away from all my family. And, I started running around in the street. We in the D, so anybody know Detroit? I moved from a backwoods town to 7 Mile and Hayes. That was a culture shock, right? I was playing in the woods, man. I ain't never seen that much concrete a day in my life. We had dirt roads and wild turkeys in the backyard. We fighting crayfish. It was a small town in Pennsylvania, but it was like down south. We was like southern living. Most of the people in that town came from down south. So that was like the atmosphere. It was like everybody know everybody. Half of the people cousins. I grew up like that then, put right in the hood, 7 Mile and Hayes. First day I was in, second day, might have been the second day. I seen a man get decapitated in a car accident. His head was still in the helmet. He was on a motorcycle. And we seen the accident, then we seen the helmet. And we got out the car. and the helmet was on the passenger side. My mom a nurse, so when she seen it, she jumped into action, and she told us to stay in the car. But I seen the helmet, so when I got out, I'm like, "Ma, his head is right here." I seen his face in the helmet, man. That joke was crazy. I had just turned 9. I ain't never seen nobody like unalived up until that point. But then they became normal after that. Like I remember it was like a week later, we heard all these gunshots. It was at nighttime. We heard the gunshots. It was on a Friday night. Came up Saturday morning, went out in the backyard, and it was a mail truck. We look in the mail truck, the mailman got hit like 6, 7 times. He's sitting there gone. So it was like a total culture shock. I forgot why I was telling the story, but but even from then, I just seen more violence, and I got kind of desensitized to it. It was like normal. At first, you be like, "Oh my god!" Like, but then it just be like, "Yeah, gunshots." You just ducking, making sure it ain't hit you, but shit, you ain't scared no more. You ain't shaking and all in fear for your life. You just like, oh, you just trying to make sure ain't nothing hitting you. They stop. Okay, go back to business. You ain't looking around to see. Nah, you get desensitized to it. So it's a lot of unprogramming I had to do. I had to do a lot of unprogramming. But it take work, man. It take work. I had to change the way I think because I accepted violence as normal. I was willing to do violence. I was willing to be violent because it was normal. What up, Nine? You live in the D?
What up, 9?
Chilling. But undoing all that programming, and a lot of that programming was this too. This is why I say we manipulate ourselves and we talk ourselves out our blessings because a lot of that programming, it was like you living in the hood. Like literally, I had a vest on my chest just to go to the corner store. I had my thing on, and living like that, you start thinking like, damn, I want a family. And then I talk, nah, I don't deserve it because I'm out here doing this and doing that. I ain't bringing no kids into this world. I ain't gonna, put no woman in danger like this. Because people get hit my car up just for me going to the store. I remember I was out pumping gas, dude pulled up. Oh shit. Just pumping gas, man. Like, and I was desensitized to that. Like that shit was normal. Like you pumping your gas, you looking, waiting. I don't even do that no more. I'm still alert to things that go on around me, but like I used to pump my gas waiting for someone to try to take a shot at me. That's different from just being aware of people moving and act. No, I was waiting for it because I knew it was gonna happen. That was normal. I was desensitized to all that. So I didn't believe I deserved peace. I should have fun. Nah. That's because of the lifestyle I was living, what I was doing. I didn't have time to think about none of that stuff. So we manipulate ourselves. I thought I didn't deserve better because I wasn't doing better. And I was right. But then I had to realize I can do better or I can get better by doing better. Okay, yeah, I don't deserve the white picket fence. I don't deserve family. I don't deserve the kids. Nah, look at the way I'm living. But I want it. So I have to change the way I think. But to even change the way I think, I got to believe I deserve it. That's where I had to start at. How do I believe I deserve it? By doing the things, by changing my life, by going to school, by moving out there, by stop hanging around the same people, stop doing the unscrupulous shit I was doing. I had to change all that to even believe that I deserve the things I have now. I got my 2 kids. I got my wife. I got my white picket fence. I got my dog. I got all that. I didn't have that. I didn't grow with my mom and dad. That was the one thing I wanted so much is to have a Cosby family, that TV family. I wanted that so much. And I got it. Not only do I got it, but we living like that. We happy. My kids got whatever they want. They got things they don't even know they got yet. They got my wife is happy. I'm happy. It's like this is what I wanted. And now I can be an example for my children. That's another reason I did not want kids, man. I want no good example. I wouldn't. But now I can hold my head and like, look at what your daddy doing. Be like your daddy. Even my daddy didn't want to say that to me. My daddy told me to be better, do better than me. I can tell my son to be like me. It's just the way you think, man. But you got to believe it. My bad, Commander. I ain't mean to keep talking.
No, you finish. It's okay. Keep going.
Oh no, I was finished.
Oh, okay. So with that thought about like what you thinking of what you deserve or what you don't deserve, me and Blind, I was picking his brain on like we were talking about morals and then we were talking about karma and then like it led into like an interesting conversation about karma and what we think we deserve. And he was saying how like there's like he didn't really think he got karma because he didn't think he deserved the karma. Because you know how like we think of people that were like, well, their karma's not coming. When is it coming? I don't know. But maybe it's because they don't think they deserve that. Maybe they think because what they're doing is right and they don't even think about
I
that
don't
they
think people
deserve
even.
some consequence.
I don't. I don't even think people know what karma is. People got a basic general understanding what karma is because it's not about if you deserve karma or not. It's about it's coming back. It's coming back. That's just it. It's just energy you put out that's coming back, regardless if you think you deserve it or not.
But
It's coming.
sometimes though we do put that on ourselves sometimes. Like we sometimes well, I know I've done that before and then I'm like, wait a minute. Like if I've thought like, oh, I don't deserve this because I was bad, right? I was bad, so like I feel like we do put stuff on ourselves like that sometimes. And maybe it's not related to karma, but we kind of think of it as like we don't deserve it because I did something bad, so I don't deserve it. But
And
he
see,
brought
that's
up
what I'm.
that he
Look,
never he go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh no, no, no. I want to hear that last part.
Yeah, like if you do something bad and then you feel like you're deserving of the karma. You're deserving like you don't deserve good, you deserve bad because you did something bad. But if you don't think of it that way, right? If you don't feel guilty or you don't feel bad for it, then like feeling guilty or feeling bad might bring your karma around faster.
Mm. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like people don't fully understand the concept of karma because karma is not good or bad. It's just energy.
Yeah, it could be good,
The
right? Like
energy
you
you put out. It's good. It's good karma. It's what people perceive as good karma, and it's what people perceive as bad karma. But both of those go out simultaneously. You can do something bad for a good reason. What kind of karma you think you gonna get? If you listen to what I'm saying, if you do something bad for a good reason, what kind of karma you think you gonna get?
if you do something bad for a good reason, but you still know it was bad and you're telling yourself it's bad. Like so what do you think you're going to get? Good karma?
Karma is based upon intention. If you listen to Buddha talk about karma, It was. I think I told this story before. But when you study in Buddhism, one of the most famous stories about karma is that of the blind. I'm not gonna tell the whole story. I'm gonna actually see if I can find and play it for y'all. Or I can just. Man, I can't show the book. I guess I can show the book. I gotta get another camera. But so I'm gonna summarize the story. So it was this physician, right? And he used to heal people. Like he used to heal people, right? But he lied and said he was gonna heal this lady. Didn't heal her and he died. When he came back, he was a blind monk, right? That was his karma. From his past life, he was paying for it in this life, right? So he was a blind monk. So he accepted his karma. And one day he went out and he went out to meditate. Then he came back in and the next day some other monks looked in front of his hut and seen it was a bunch of dead ants. And seen it was a footprint like the blind monk walked through the ants. So they went and told Buddha, like, hey, he just killed some ants. And Buddha said, hey, did he see him? They said, well, no, he blind. So he didn't intend to kill that. They said, no. He said, so why do you think he will have bad karma? His intention is set. That's what karma is setting is on our attention. So even if we do something that's perceived bad, as long as we got good intent, that's the karma. That's the energy you put up.
So if the intent is like, okay, like, you're doing stuff in the hood you're doing it to survive, it's for a good reason, right? Maybe you're selling stuff, but you're doing it because you're trying to survive, to pay your bills, to feed your family. You're doing it for a good reason, but it's a bad effect
Now,
on other people who are buying it.
now we got to talk about intent.
Your intent is just to make money, survive, like feed your family. Your intent's really not to hurt people. You don't want to hurt people,
But if
but
you're
it's
selling
just
your drugs, are you not hurting people?
if you're doing what?
If you're selling drugs, then do you not intend to hurt people? That's what drugs do.
But you gotta think about it, like some people don't even think of that. Right? A lot of people they don't even think of that. They're not
It's
even
not
thinking or they justify it like, well, they want it, that's on them, right? That's their choice.
what the
If they
subconscious
if they
is
don't
way
get it from me, they're
powerful.
gonna get it from somewhere else.
The subconscious is way more powerful than the conscious. You can convince yourself that something, like even when I say you do something bad for a good reason, that's like this. That's if somebody attacked me and I defended myself and they got unalive. Well, they got unalive because I was defending myself. My intent wasn't to unalive them; it was to defend myself. You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
even in that aspect, if I'm selling drugs to feed my family because they're hungry, I have not. This is why I say I can consciously, but subconsciously, I know I'm selling drugs and drugs will hurt people. Even if it's to feed my family, I'm still selling. My intent is to sell the drug, no matter what the consequence to the other people, to feed my family. I can convince myself that's noble, but it's not.
But you can convince yourself that you were only protecting yourself and you had to do it. But you really didn't have to. You didn't have to do it, right? We have a choice.
To defend ourselves.
Yeah, you could choose not to defend yourself. It's a choice, right? You can
Now that
choose not
now
to
that
hurt the other person. Lots of people choose not to hurt the other person.
no, I didn't say I intentionally took them out. I said it happened in the commission of me defending myself. Now, if I use that as an excuse to unalive somebody, then that's still negative. So when we talk about intent, it's not what we convince ourselves is good or bad. It's more or less our intention. Like it is what we mean to do. So the action, each action has the cause and effect aspect to it, right? So even selling drugs. right? My intent is to sell something harmful to someone. That's it. The reason why I do it, that's not intention. It's the action. So that's what I say. We can convince ourselves from, but like even this, right? I'm gonna use my same example. Okay, this person is attacking me, but you know what, man? I've been itching to really hurt somebody. So I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to hurt somebody and justify it by saying I'm defending myself. You see what I'm saying? My intent is still to hurt somebody. I'm just using the defending myself aspect, but my intent is to hurt.
But regardless of like you're saying like the intent would be to hurt because you just saw an opportunity to hurt someone versus the person who is just defending themselves because they don't want to get hurt. They want to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Survival
Right.
mode.
Now I'm defending myself. My intent is not to hurt this person, it's to preserve my own life. Now, in the act of doing that, if they get hurt, then that's not bad karma. But if I use this as an opportunity to hurt someone,
Then that's bad karma.
that's bad karma. Is why I am intention is all about why you do stuff. And I know that's confusing because I just told you about the justification, but is
Yeah.
about the action, right? Is the action. It's why I'm doing it. So if I'm defending myself, I'm not trying to hurt somebody. I'm trying to defend myself. But if I if I'm defending myself, like a person attacked me, and I'm like, oh, I'm unalive. My intent
But
is to unalive them. It's no
the
longer
same
defense. Now my intent is
yeah.
to hurt. You see what I'm
But
saying?
but the same can be used with selling something. Like you're just trying to survive, right? You're trying to self-preservation, you're trying to pay the rent, you're trying to, you know, feed the family,
You
whatever it is that you
know,
need the money for. And you're not thinking that you're really hurting someone, or maybe you are,
selling the drug.
but your intent is
If I,
survival. It's kind of the same concept.
now you're looking at the that's even hypothetical because just because you sell drugs don't mean you're gonna make money. But what's gonna happen is you selling a drug. You're giving a drug. Like, and we talking about like what kind of? I mean, any drug. I say like
But
this: your
I mean, you're
intent is to do
exchanging
something
money, right,
illegal,
for it.
but isn't your intent is to do something illegal? That's your intention. So from the concept of you can do something bad for a good reason, it don't apply to that because you're doing something bad.
Illegal. But illegal, it's yeah, illegal is what the law has told us it's illegal, right? Like people should be able to like for example, people harm themselves, maybe they're diabetic and they drink sugary drinks and they eat whatever they want, right? They have the free will, right, to eat whatever they want even though it's harming them. But the law doesn't stop them. The law doesn't stop them
Mm.
from drinking alcohol or eating bad foods. So, yeah, it's not illegal, but it's still bad for you. So people should have the right to purchase illegal drugs, right? They should have the right if that's what they want to do. But the government has put in this law specifically for certain things that they've said it's illegal, right? Like marijuana in some places is legal. What if they were to legalize other street stuff, other street drugs?
Well,
Then does it make
see,
it okay?
I I don't like when you like me personally. I can argue marijuana back and forth all day, every day, and it's so easy because you have your body metabolizes THC. You have THC receptors in your body, meaning you consume it. Your body has a place for it. It has a function within your body, so that's natural. Now, when you're talking about like crack and the other stuff, nah, I mean that stuff kills you, and you look at the side effects of it, what it actually does to a person. If you
Well, I'm just saying
imagine if they,
it's illegal in some places.
Yeah, the marijuana. Yeah, that's because they regulate it. It's legal. It's illegal federally everywhere. It's only state approved. Federally, it's still illegal everywhere.
Yeah. So the illegal part of it, I don't know. I feel like it's a moot point
It's
with it
regulated.
being
But
illegal.
well, it's like this. You give it structure. Think of it like that. That's how, like I used to say the same thing. Oh, you should let no because there's no structure. If you do that, there's no protection. Like I mean, yeah, places get robbed, but it's less likely dispensary go get robbed than somebody throwing it out their house.
All right, let's use
It's less
another
likely.
example
Hmm.
that's legal in most places. Abortion is legal, right? And that's unaliving a fetus. And doctors do it for money. That's their job. That's what they do to survive. Some would say that's bad. They're going to get bad karma because they're unaliving little baby fetuses inside the womb. But it's legal. Is that bad
How
karma? Or they're doing it for good supposedly.
I mean, if you do it because a woman is impregnated obstructively, yeah, it's for a good cause. That she can die. You know, if you have an
Mhm.
obstructed pregnancy, yeah, you want to save a life. And
Mhm.
so that aspect, yeah. Just because a woman want to use it as a form of birth control, then you got to deal with that karma. The intention is to save a life. So even though you unalive unborn, even though you unalive a baby, the intention was to save a life. It wasn't to take away a life. Only justice is letting their family starve because stealing is against the law. And intent. Now, see, it's like stealing. Stealing because your family. My question is, because like people uh feel and justify because they need to feed a family, but yeah, no other means. You can't work, you can't grow, you can't barter, you can't get food from somewhere else. So that's such a broad, uh, you know what I'm saying? It has so many variables involved into it. So saying just feeling because of this or because of that. I mean, you can justify any wrongdoing. Anybody can justify it, but it's the intent. I mean,
But
it's
the
times
doctor's
where my
intent,
family get hungry. Okay,
the
but
doctor's intent to do abortion is because that
it's to make
person,
money.
it's legal. They're making money. It's their job, right? That's how they make their money. It's legal. And the girl that's coming in is using it as birth control. Well, maybe she's not going to be a good mother. Like, you know how you said, like, some mothers or some people aren't meant to, like, the
Be
child's going to be in a
parents.
bad situation, right? If
Mm-hmm.
the child is born. Like, I don't agree with it, right? But I know you've said, well, it's better for the baby to be aborted than to be born in like a messed up situation where it's going to be in harm.
Mm-hmm.
But how does the doctor know that? The doctors don't know that. They're just doing their job
They don't. They just
unaliving babies.
it's the intent for even think about that aspect. It is the intent to make money or to help. Like even the doctor, right? Just not even abortion doctor. Just say the doctor in general. Why are you a doctor, right? Is your intent to make money off of people? Or is your intent to help save people? Now, that intention will
Could be
determine what kind of
both, right?
doctor that person is. That the intention, if it's to solely make money, I've worked around doctors who, they just here to make money. They didn't care about the patient. So you think they have the best quality care? And then you see doctors, I mean, then I worked around some doctors, man, they will go through hell and high water to save a life. And guess what? They still making money. So they're making money, they're taking care of their family, but the intent of being a doctor is to save lives. That's like a cop.
Hmm.
Think about a cop. It's a cop's intent. to become a cop is to protect and serve the community. He might have to do things. You know what I'm saying? He might get into something unallowed from that.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Or he might. Those cops, unfortunately, they always be those cops who really out there to make a difference. Be the ones who get unallowed by a fucking criminal. It be those cops. You know why? Because they're not overzealous. They try to do as much as they possibly do to help the person, and then they end up get caught slipping.
Right? What kind of karma did they get? They were doing good. You see what I'm saying? Like it's
They're
weird. It's
doing
weird.
good. I mean, even that's what I'm saying. Like, karma is not. I mean, it's cut and dry, but karma is based on the intent. Even the thought of the intent. Your thoughts are a form of karma. And
I mean,
karma
there's some cops
neutralizes
that think they're doing
itself.
good. They think they're doing good when they're pulling you over and asking you a million questions and, oh yeah, we're here to protect, but they're not really protecting. They're just overzealous.
So, like, even like the intent of karma, right? If your intent to do something bad, even though the person is a bad person, your intent is to hurt them. That is nothing. Now that ain't neutralizing yourself. Your intent is still to hurt someone, whether if they bad or not. Your intent, it's not really about nothing outside of you. Your karma has nothing to do without nothing outside of you. Like I say, even a good cop with his intent to help someone and get unalive, he didn't get unalive because he had bad karma. He actually had good karma because his intention was to do good. And then like I said, karma got three facets. You have past karma, you have current karma, you have future karma. To simplify. So a lot of times the things we suffering from current day is from past karma. Not even from the current karma we created. It's not even that's why when I lost my sight, I was at peace. I understood. Like I know I'm a good person. I ain't did nothing unscrupulous for the last 15 years. I ain't say woe is me, why is this happening? I knew why it happened. It's my karma catching up to me. Like it just
Mhm.
got me. And I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I appreciate it, you know. And that's how you if you want to use the term neutralize, that's how you neutralize bad karma is by accepting it when it comes back and transforming it, making something bad into something good. That's what I did with my karma. That's what I'm currently doing with my karma, man. I still got more karma to pay. I got more karma coming. I know I
Well, see, but see, your
do.
mentality is saying I got karma coming. What if your mentality would say, no, I don't got any like karma
Nah,
coming, like bad karma.
no,
I
but
only
see,
got
that's
good
what
karma coming, and I
nah,
deserve good
karma is
karma.
karma. Karma is karma. Y'all keep making it good or bad. It ain't got nothing to do with good or bad. It's just the energy I put out that's coming back.
I'm
Now
just
I'm gonna
thinking the
get some of both.
mentality part, like how if
No,
your
no,
mentality,
you come to accept it. I put it out there as mine. I'm gonna own it. It comes back. I'm gonna deal with it. And when the good karma comes, I put it out there.
I'll
It's
accept it.
mine. It's coming back, and I'm gonna deal with it. I don't perceive things as good or bad. I really don't. Like when I say that, it's words. Because when I say that, somebody will be like, "Well, so you don't think nothing is bad?" That's not what I'm saying. I perceive things as if it's for me or if it's not. So good or bad is a concept that I use to interpret things outside of myself. But as far as inside, there's no such thing as good or bad. It's just what exists.
So like you were saying how like there was a point in your life where you're like you didn't think you deserved a family or kids or like how you're saying right that
Mm-hmm.
you didn't feel like you deserved it. But then at some point you turned it around to where
I,
did you think you deserved it and that's why you got it? Like
I knew I deserved it
you
because I
okay,
was
so
doing all the proper things to acquire it.
Okay, so at some
Uh,
point your mentality turned around to where you thought,
mm-hmm.
I can have this, I do deserve it, I can have this, and you got it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if your mentality were to continue, like, I don't deserve it, I'm doing these things, it's not for me, I don't deserve it, then you probably wouldn't have it.
Not only would I have it, I would not have changed my ways because
Hmm.
I would have been thinking like I don't deserve it, so I might as well do this. It's okay to do that. It's okay. I wouldn't have been thinking about doing better.
But what happened first? Not the doing the changes, the mentality first changed, right? And then you started doing the things you needed to do. Is that how that went?
Missing my what up though? My bad. It was loving myself. That's what
Oh,
changed
let me
first.
say hi to the
I,
chat. Sorry. Who's here?
yeah.
Mouthpiece, Missing Mod, Melanie. What's up, Melanie? Darkleg. Hey. Darkleg's here, Mentexo.
Man, Texas, what up though? Who else here? Dark Lake here. What up though, Dark Lake?
Hey, the link is posted. Anybody can hit the link.
There's no karma, only justice. If you don't believe in karma, I understand. I totally understand. There's some
Is
people
it?
who don't believe it. It don't exist to them. That's just what it is. It don't exist to them, but it's undeniable for me.
Yeah. Yeah, the conversation I had with Blind kind of made me second guess. I mean, we were both tripping out. He's probably still tripped out.
Mm.
Like we were tripping out on it, because when I was
If
talking
you,
about morals, how we've talked about like who taught us morals, like why is it? How do we know that it's bad to be with our sibling, like to marry a sibling? Who told us that? Is that something just we're born with innate, or someone taught us? And where did those morals come from? Because there's some
well,
people that
once
think there's
upon a
nothing
time,
wrong with it.
I was about to say, once upon a time, that was actually normal. People been with siblings, but then you see the outcome over time, what happens with genetics. So, I mean, you can either say science, tells that, or time itself. You're not even looking into science. Even without the science, you can definitely see something wrong. If you see consistent, you see siblings having a consistency of genetic defects or they not coming out normal, then you know it's wrong. It's unnatural. You say it's wrong.
Okay, so unnatural is wrong.
Unnatural is not natural. Mhm. So I ain't gonna say it's wrong or right. It's just unnatural is not natural. You have when you do unnatural things, you have adverse effect to a natural course of something.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, natural or
Of
unnatural. You just
course.
have to live with the effects of it. And then,
Yeah. Well, like prostitution is like, right? They say it's the oldest profession. It was in the Bible. Some people think it's natural. Some people, obviously, most people think it's not good, but there's plenty of people that do. Otherwise, it wouldn't still be a profession.
a lot of those people become socially awkward too. They don't know how to develop an actual relationship with a person. So, I mean, it has adverse effects. You just got to deal with
I mean, there's people that have marriages, families, relationships, and they still go out and seek
it. Hmm.
prostitutes. Hmm. They're doing
Yeah,
it all.
but then you see how it affects me socially too.
I don't know.
Marriages
I
break
don't,
up. I
I
mean,
know someone, but I don't know how it, I mean, maybe within themselves if they think it's bad. But what if they think it's all right and it's good and it's just part of their life and it's just like a transaction, like somebody would say, it's just transactional. It's a service, right? It's a service you purchase, just like you purchase a
yeah,
massage or someone to wash your hair.
I was just say I would have to see how it translates to other parts of their life.
Yeah, if the person's feeling guilty about it, yeah, if they're feeling guilty and it's like a hidden secret that they're feeling so guilty about, I'm sure it affects them. But what if they don't feel guilty? And it's just like going to get a massage every month or every week. And to them it's like nothing, they don't feel guilty about it. Then it's probably not affecting them.
Probably not.
Unless they get a disease, but you can get a disease from any consensual any like person you be with. You could date someone and still get a disease.
Yeah, he popped up here the other night. Listen, we had a short conversation. Yeah, I told him, like I don't hate him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He apologized. We talked about, the decorum going forward. So, I mean, as long as he, fulfill his part, then, I don't mind having conversations with. No, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't often throw people away. I will, but uh, if he
He
correctly,
said I will.
I mean, who am I?
He was also
Um,
on Rachel's panel one day,
yeah, that
and
ain't up there.
yeah,
He was
he did
like
good.
way back.
He did all right. He's which told us
Mhm.
he's capable. He's capable of just chilling.
It's a possibility.
Yup.
I am so mad I didn't get this Rubik's Cube yet. And I know why I didn't, because my wife cheated. She flipped some of the block.
Yeah. So some of these things that people might feel guilty about and think that they're not worthy or they don't deserve, it may not even be. It may be just that they're trying to live up to their parents' standards, society standards, you know, church, God standard, whatever they're trying to live up to a certain standard. It may not even be something bad, but they're feeling guilty and bad about it and not
Yeah,
worthy.
that's like even me being an asshole. I used to feel bad about that, but then I realized like I'm not being an asshole to be mean to people. Being an asshole because it's necessary. Sometimes you just gotta be an asshole.
It's a repellent,
And,
a necessary repellent sometimes.
yeah, man. And it's not like, now if I lived in that asshole state, it'd be something different. And that'd just be my personality, But nah, I'm just an asshole when I need to be.
Yeah, that's the best kind of
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah. I'm just an asshole when I need to be. And that's not often.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I don't think you're an asshole. I don't think I've seen you be an asshole.
You don't give me a reason to. You don't give me a reason to. I don't like being around people who bring the worst out of me. I like being around people who bring the best out. So I try my best to make sure those people are around. To be intentional, man. It's like I don't. I see. Sometimes we deal with shit. I don't even want to say we because I know, but well, on here I do, so I can't say we. Sometimes we deal with shit we don't have. Just to be. That's what I was saying last night. Like, shit, I need to be less compassionate. Honestly, you know, because if I know my intention is not to harm, but to help or to inspire or to motivate, and then somebody come in and ask, well, why should I be compassionate to those people? Their intent is to come at me sideways. So I just need to straighten their ass up. That's it.
Oh, they're saying you're on Timu, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on
Timu.
premium. Yeah, I'll be back in 1 second. I just walked away for a minute. Ain't nobody in the, if y'all come in the back, let me know because I'm stepping outside for a minute.
Yeah. Well, the moral of the story is try to live your best life. Try not to feel. Try to change your mentality to be positive, right? Because if you think you can't, more than likely you won't. If
Oh
you
my
think
God,
you
you said
can,
that.
then your chances increase tremendously.
If you think you can, you'll find a way. That's what happens when you think you can.
You know, the universe will find a way. The universe will find a way for you. Sometimes, yes, sometimes you put in effort. Sometimes it's effortless. And it's just,
Hmm.
it's your mindset, and the universe will effortlessly move all things for your good.
But if you ain't perceiving like you deserve and earn it, you won't even see those signs. Most of the time, the universe put things right in front of you. You just don't see it because you focusing on what you don't have or what you don't want or what you don't like. You focus on that too much, and that's what you're saying. That's what you're getting. That's what you're experiencing.
Yeah,
So when
if
you,
you're, yeah, you're right. Like the people that focus on, they want a relationship, but they just focus on all the negativity.
hmm men are
The
like this, women are like that. Instead of focusing on the good aspects of what you really want, and then you'll start saying that within people.
it will start, you'll start attracting it. You'll be like a magnet.
Hmm.
All of a sudden, you're, because like what you fear is what you attract. What you hate is what you attract.
You want me to tell you the secret about attraction? I'm gonna take the woo out of it. I want you to think about what I'm saying because I just said it like 3, 4 times. But even when you're thinking about attraction, right? Oftentimes when you desire something, you get both aspects. The part of it you want and the part of it you don't want. But whatever you focus on is what you see. So even when people talk about attraction, it's really their perception of what they're looking at. It's because you get it regardless. It comes to you. But when you focus on one thing, you don't see. If you focus on the negative, you never see the positive, and it'd be right there. What
Big
up,
What?
blessings,
though?
big blessings.
What's up,
Big
mouthpiece?
blessings on big blessings, y'all. How y'all feeling tonight?
Pretty good.
Feeling great, brother.
Off
Well,
time, off time.
it's like if you don't learn, like how you say, like you focus on the negative relationship, and you don't even like, you don't look at the positive to where you can learn from it to
Hmm.
then do better. If you just focus on the negative, you're not going to learn from it.
So I learned this concept, right? And it gave me a whole different outlook at life. One of my mentors told me that you only experience the things you don't desire to identify the things you do.
Wait, say that
Right? And
again.
you only experience the things you don't desire in life to identify the things you do desire.
Okay, okay.
When he said that to me, I'm like, fuck that mean, bro? And then I realized, like, hold on, like I've been in this bad relationship and I experienced a woman not loyal, cheating, and it just gave me more clarity of why loyalty, honesty, respect was more important, why it was important to me in a relationship.
Indeed, indeed.
Communication, because I didn't have it and I experienced not having it. So it only made it clear why I do need it. And it showed
Yes,
me a
sir.
lot about myself,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Because
Let's go.
these are the things that hurt me, that uh, wounded me. The lack of communication, the lack of honesty, the lack, all these things hurt me. So I know what I needed. So when I got it, I knew how important it was to me. So I appreciated it more and I took care of it. That's why I say, like, my wife is my life, bro. Like the way she treat me, the way we interact, I know the opposite of that. So
Yeah,
now
you
that
would
I
never
know that,
appreciate it the way you do.
yeah, I would never
Right.
appreciate it the way I do if I never experienced that. I would have
That's
took
right.
all the things she do for granted, the things that people, oh, that's the little thing. I would have took all that for granted. And I would have been looking at the other thing. Oh, she had a big butt. She got big breasts. She got this. She got. I would have been looking at that versus the little thing that add up to the biggest thing.
What you think about
Yeah.
that, mouthpiece?
Yeah, you know I gotta chime in for sure because y'all is cooking. You know how we do, family. Man, let's go, let's go. Uh well,
I definitely have to agree with my brother most undoubtedly because I myself also have witnessed and been through the exact same situation where it comes to fictitious women. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the real queens, because y'all know we respect y'all. Okay. Sorry if y'all might get triggered, but we got to keep it all the way 100, y'all. It's our experience. Okay. Don't be mad at us for our experience. But anyway, yeah, that external shit, it don't really matter as time go on because you be going to bat, filling that other person's cup very well, and then when the shoe becomes to have to be on the other foot, it doesn't get reciprocated. And that's where you have a lot of problems where it comes to where a lot of men we suffer in relationships because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because women get so entrenched into thinking that their body is enough, their presence is enough, them being there, them, giving you, up and yonder. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the direct word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They be feeling like that's all you gotta do when they come down to really putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? A relationship has job qualities also, and it also has certain aspects that you have to fulfill, like a job, because in most cases your work is never finished, and your shifts are, they vary. But that's the same thing. Where I be saying, women, some fictitious women, you know what I'm saying, not all of them, because we got some, really ladies that really appreciate good quality, you know what I'm saying, men and value. Beside you know, the what they call that, the saturated shit, the shit that you physically see. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
also the love aspect to you getting love back. You get what I mean? They have a problem where it be a blockage, and it's like they don't completely love themselves, but they love money. They love wearing the accolades. They love getting their hair done all the time. They love to be on IG flashy, and you get what I mean? It got to be a bragging aspect to it. But when it come down to fulfilling those simple qualities and duties, they lack that. You know what I'm saying? Making a nice home cooked meal for your dude, washing the dishes, helping them, you know what I'm saying, make the bed, clean up the house with him, him taking out the trash, you know what I'm saying, you straightening things out, providing,
Priorities.
other, yeah, exactly. Main shit that it comes to being in a team. They want to lead so much, but they don't know what it takes to be also of a following quality because most, students become great teachers, and most teachers still become great students. You get what I'm saying?
Now, do you think like, because there's some men and women who like are givers in the relationship and they were trying to do all the right things, and then in their next relationship or then when they get out of that relationship, they're like, I'm not giving no more. I'm not gonna be
Exactly.
that anymore.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I did a show about that too. It's called the bitter converter. That I call it the bitter converter. So what happens is, and this is the plague that's going on in the black community as well as every relationship. We ain't gonna just sing about the black community though, but you know what I mean. So it's like that one bitter person, right? They fall in love with somebody of the opposite sex, being as it may, but then that person that they fall in love with is not fully committed, so they go out and cheat, and then now that trust is destroyed. So once that trust got destroyed, it destroyed the trust for all men. You see what I'm saying? So now, or all women. So now every man or every woman that they encounter, it's a block up. You know what I'm saying? It's a wall up at the same time, and it's also a disconnect when it comes to things of the heart. See what I'm saying? They just want fictitious shit, money. They just want, help them pay off shit. They need you to help them pay stuff, and it become a monetary gain. And it's not just a loving aspect; it's the bitter conversion. Then that bitter converter converts other ones and make them be bitter. When in actuality, you're supposed to learn from that lesson and become better, not bitter.
Bro,
Yeah,
do you
and
know
give their trust to the right person
to the
Exactly.
right
and
person?
their all their
Do,
To the right
efforts
person.
to the right person.
now,
There we
I want
go.
to I want to put you up on something too because you don't really hear too many people talk about bitterness, right? So did you know it was this? It's a disorder called post traumatic embitterment disorder.
That's hard. I'm using that. No,
It's
I
a
ain't heard
real
that, dog.
psychological
That's fire.
diagnosis. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna check it
yeah,
out. I'm gonna look into that.
yeah. Isn't a DSM book? It's called post traumatic embitterment disorder, and that's
Post
when people
traumatic
ruminate.
embitterment. Damn, that's powerful.
Yep,
Yeah.
post traumatic embitterment disorder. And what it is when people ruminate on bitterness, like on things that made them sad, angry. Bitterness is like a long. Is when you ruminate on like stress, anger, like heartache, when you ruminate, meaning when you spend a lot of time thinking about negative aspects of something, you become bitter. That's how bitterness begins. So yeah, I wanted to add that to what you were saying. But that even go back to,
Yeah.
you
In
know, the
other words,
topic.
in other words, they dwell on the past a
They
whole lot.
dwelling on the
A
past.
lot of
Yep.
dwelling. It's just so much dwelling. The dwelling over woman.
That's the pity party, the victim, the
Yeah.
victim mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. I be man. Oh, that's the worst, man. When they come to problems, you got to always understand what's the common denominator in each problem. It's just like math, low key, when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you notice in everywhere you go and every time something is going wrong, then obviously it's got to be you. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what
Mhm.
I be thinking. That's what I be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is your fault. Don't get me wrong now, but in most cases, if you notice every time everything you engage in with relationships, work relationships, family relationships, and you notice it's a constant problem, then yeah, you got to get to the bottom of it, and you got to
Yeah,
accept it. Some people can't accept that.
even I mean, even if somebody tell me a situation ain't my fault, always find where I can take accountability because that's where the lesson at.
Yeah,
What can I
yeah,
learn from it? And to even take accountability, I mean, to even learn a lesson, I must first accept the part I played, whether if it was
that's right.
I was on a bench or if I was in the game. I still
There
got to
we
accept
go.
the part.
If you was
You know
the
what I'm
point
saying?
guard, or you was the center. Either way it go, you got to take your
Hmm.
role, take accountability. That's facts, brother.
Hmm.
I agree with that 100%. Because we all ain't perfect, man. Everybody want that special someone to be treating them a certain way, and everybody ain't gonna get it right every time. You know what I'm saying? That's impossible. But at the same time, appreciate the qualities that you do have. You know what I mean? Appreciate the person if they looking out for you, they calling you, they checking up on you, simple shit that they like to do to make sure you're good, and don't take it for granted because everybody don't do that.
You know what I found out in relationship? I think I was talking to G earlier, but looking at my past relationships and my current relationship, like anybody who heard me talk about relationships, and this is even a concept I use when I'm coaching relationships, but it's not about um, compatibility, like you being compatible with someone. It's more about you being complementary. So it's not a one size fit all thing because we all different, right? I might be a
Right.
man who put myself in a position to be in a relationship with someone who willing to go 50-50, right? So I shouldn't be seeking out women who want to go, you know, 100%, me paying for everything. I may be compatible with them, right? I may have different aspects that they enjoy. They may have different aspects that I enjoy. But one of the foundational pieces is um,
Both
finances
people
in a
give.
relationship. Yeah, it's finances. Let's be real. Relationships, you have foundational pieces. It's culture, finances, um, communication, and if any of those are only compatible and not complementary, complementary means go together. They complement one another. One is the strength. One strength is the other one's weakness, and what the other one weakness is the other one's strength. We balance one another out. Compatibility just mean, we can go together. Think about like if you got an iPhone and you order a charger off of Temu. Yeah, it'll charge your phone. It might blow it up too though. But the Apple charger, that's complementary. That's made specifically for that. Meaning it fits right well with it. Ain't gonna be no overheating or none of that stuff.
Right. And there's some men that don't want their women to work at all. They
Mm-hmm.
want to be the 100% provider.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the woman who's like, but I want to work. And that also can become a problem. I've seen that
And
become a
that becomes
problem.
a problem. I was just telling
Hmm.
Gary that. I was literally just writers, what up, sis? I was just telling Gary that.
Riders, what up, Nine? You were telling him that?
Mm-hmm. I use the same concept. Like it'll be a man out there who I know a woman who her and her first husband, she an anesthesiologist, right? So she a doctor, make great fucking money. Well, it was a problem because he was a nurse, so he had work too. And since both of them worked, it was stuff that she wanted done, like around the house. She wanted kids. They didn't. So no, she found somebody who didn't want to work. I ain't gonna say he ain't want to work because he owned his own business. He owned a shop, but she helped him get the shop. For the first couple of years, he was just an at-home dad. But that worked for him. They was like, "Oh, you gonna let your woman make the money? Yeah, and I'm gonna take care of everything else. I can protect and I still provide for her." He wasn't ashamed about it. He like shit. She made more money than me. We live a good life. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, there's some men that take better care of the home stuff than the woman does.
Mm-hmm.
They do a better job at it.
Mm-hmm. So it's all about compatibility or complementary, not compatibility, but complementing. Find your complementary piece.
Easier said than done. But I just feel
I
like
don't
people
think
shouldn't
it's
give up. They should just be like next until
yeah.
they
That's what
find
I'm.
the
I
one.
just
Just
think that
next.
yeah. Just take your time. Take your time and really identify what's important to you. Right. Really
Yeah, right on.
identify it because everything costs. Everything costs something.
That's right.
So I mean, if you're a guy and you want that good girl, maybe she don't got the big butt, maybe she don't got the big boobs, but she got
It's all
everything
right.
else you know
That's
what I'm
all right.
saying?
Let's go. Let's go.
Maybe the guy ain't rich, maybe the guy ain't 6 feet, but he treats you like a queen.
Let's
Like
go.
what's really important to you?
Yeah, you have to be willing not to look for perfection, but to look for the person that has imperfections that you're willing to accept, that you can accept and deal with.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
right. That's right.
I remember this guy I went to school with. He used to always like he been married to his wife. They get married right out of high school. But she was fine. I ain't gonna say he was homely. He was just rough looking. Right? I'm gonna say it like that. He was rough looking, and I remember he used to always say, "I don't know how I landed her. I don't know how I landed her." And I think it was the 10th anniversary. They had a party, and he was giving a speech, and he said, "I don't know how I landed you." It's literally like the Beauty and the Beast story. And she got on the mic. She said, "It was because of the way you treated me." She said, "I just never thought a man would ever treat me the way you do." And it was that. She said, "I don't care how you look, how much what you
Simply.
got." She said, "I live in a
Simple.
box."
Mic drop.
She was
Mic
like, "I
drop.
live in a box with you."
Uh, that's what I'm talking
And
about.
he said, "As long as you keep loving me, we'll never live in a box." Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, that type of shit make you happy right there. That's the type of shit
Mm-hmm.
I like to hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't see that no more, bro. Bro. Why the hell we don't be seeing that no more, bro? Why we don't see no successful, happy couples doing happy shit, striving, thriving, surviving? But man, it's some bullshit, man. Come on, brother. My bad. I didn't mean
And
to interrupt you. Go.
why are men scared of beautiful women? Why are men scared of beautiful
Oh,
women?
oh shit. Oh shit. Oh,
They're
yeah. Go
just
ahead, word.
automatically
I'm gonna let you
disqualified
go
because they're
first,
too
word.
beautiful.
I'm gonna let you go first, word. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Talk to her.
I mean, for me, it's insecurity because my wife is beautiful and I wasn't scared. Like she
Let's
is.
go. That's a great answer. Damn. That's a
I,
great answer.
I think it's insecurities, man. A lot of you'll hear dudes say it's problem with beautiful women because other men go hit on them. They might cheat. That's all insecurity, man. If a woman go cheat, she go cheat, bro. It don't matter
That's right.
what.
It don't matter.
That's just what she gonna do. Is she ugly? Is she pretty? Is she small? If she tall? If a person go cheat, they go cheat.
That part.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's true. That's
So I
true.
mean, for me, I just feel like it boils down to insecurity.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I also got to add to that. It's also not just insecurities, but the fact that uh they know that they're not fulfilling their role too. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of that insecurity stems from the root of it
Mhm.
is basically not being confident enough to to be loving somebody else. It comes from them, not having that follow through process mastered with being with somebody, as well as having the confidence enough to appreciate and accept somebody loving them back. See what I'm saying? That's where
Mhm.
another part of the blockages come from, because they grow up with those insecurities, feeling like it wasn't earned. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand the ability to earn things, like to put in the process of work to really, show and prove it and help it, what I'm saying, grow, like planting farming and shit, like seeds and things of that nature. They don't understand the process. They get so engulfed into, all right, look, I got the money, so I'm good. And since I got this money, I'm gonna be all right. She ain't going nowhere. I'm straight. Where in certain cases, yeah, women want security, but that ain't the full plate of the meal. You know what I'm saying? That's like shit, what, one of the main courses, but that's not the full, you know what I'm saying?
And I would even ask, I mean, because finances, I don't know, man. I think people put too much into money. They just think finance is everything. The end all be all,
There we
and it's
go.
not.
There we go.
Security, like when I think of my wife, I can only speak for myself. But when I think about protecting my wife, providing and protecting, it's not just with finances, but I have to provide for her emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I have to protect her emotionally,
There
spiritually,
we
and
go.
mentally.
There we go.
And not only do I have to protect her from foreign threats, but domestic also, meaning myself. I got
There
to
we
protect
go.
my wife from me, bro. I got
Yourself
to protect
too.
my
Let's
wife from
go.
her.
Boy, that boy
My job
cooking.
is to
Let's go.
protect her from her. You know,
Man, come
I
on.
got to provide whatever she needs. If she need me to provide for her emotionally, I got to provide that. If it's to provide for her spiritually, I got to provide that. Mentally, I got to provide that. It ain't just the
No,
finances. People think, oh, I make money now, and nah, bro, that ain't secure. You
there we
secured the
go.
bag. That's it, bro.
That's
But
it.
now what comes after?
Yes.
Now, like a
Yep.
lot of men, like I said, I mean, I couldn't imagine, just me, I'm just speaking for myself. I couldn't imagine me driving somewhere with my wife and a tire blow out and I gotta wait for another guy to come fix the car. I couldn't imagine that, bro. But that's
No.
reality to a lot of people, bro.
Yep. Exactly.
How can I get your email? Is I believe is on my about page, but it's THA. How come you gotta
Or
rent?
just
You
come up
can't,
and put. Why don't you come up and put the link in the back chat, Frankie?
yeah, or
What up,
share
Frankie? What
screen or
up, though?
something.
Hola, Frankie Blanco. ¿Cómo
You
estás,
know
mi
what I was
amigo?
thinking?
Buenas noches.
I was Buenos noches. You know how they say women marry up and men marry down,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is that how they say
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they
So is that
say.
an insecurity? Marrying up,
Yeah,
marrying
yeah.
down?
Yeah, yes it is. Yep. And
Okay.
reason why we say that, and reason why we say that is because in most cases, a woman has the innate ability to choose a variation. See, the variations are bigger, whereas a man, he can't go to the too many extremities to choose up like that. See what I'm saying? Because in most cases, a woman that don't want a man just because of other values and aspect won't necessarily take that. They want what look good too. You see what I'm saying?
Mm. Like you're saying, like a
Well,
woman wants a woman that's well, because when you say marry up, marry down, it'd be like finances, right? Finances,
No,
education.
no.
You're
It's
saying,
it's it's also looks. I'm saying also for looks too, because that's the thing. See, some women, most women that's like very fine, they're not gonna go with a scruffy dude in most cases. They're gonna be like, he's gonna be a mid-level scruffy. You see what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be like a ugly scruffy. He's gonna be like a mid-level, when he get lined up, he look decent scruffy. You see what I'm saying?
okay, I misunderstood.
Okay.
I thought it meant like women that has their finances up, they want to marry good-looking men, and but they also want them to be providers. Like they want it all, and so then it
mhm.
becomes more difficult than if than a man marrying down, or like the options. the options are.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. The options are limited.
And then you can look at it like this too. So when women marry down, what do they normally complain about? This is why they use that. The man don't make enough money. When a woman marry down, I mean, if you're talking about status, if you're talking about even education, most women look for men to provide and protect. So as a woman, if you are more educated, you make more money, you have more status than your man. Do you feel like that person can protect or provide for you?
Nope.
That's gonna become an issue.
No, they don't.
You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? I mean, in
Yeah, a
some,
lot of. I heard you
yeah.
too, Commander. You said that too on the low, and I heard you was like, nope. I heard you as it came through my ear. I felt the emotion as you said, no, coming
I mean,
out.
there might be exceptions, as there are
I
It
didn't
was
always
a
say
exceptions
telepathic
nothing.
to the
message.
rule.
It was a telepathic message. All the women said it too at the same time. I heard y'all.
Like,
They was like,
hell
no.
no.
Y'all, hell no. Y'all, you heard the bro. I said, let's go, word. Let's go.
I heard that too. Like, hell no. But now,
To the no no.
if a woman marries
No,
up
no, no.
and a man
Hell to
marries
the
down,
no, no. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. You know that's that slap
now
right there.
now if a man marries down, now do you think a woman feel like he can protect and provide for him? And think about this: if a woman marry down and a man marry up, do the woman even have time to nurture or take care of the man? No, she busy. She got to work.
Damn.
You see what I'm
That's true.
saying? So it's like
Yeah.
it fuck up the
Fuck up the
the
dynamic of the relationship. Yeah.
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 Hey,
Damn.
Frankie's saying that it's a new. He says it didn't post yet, so he hasn't posted it yet. So I guess he has it like on a file. But can't
Oh
you
my
copy
God.
the file and post it in the back chat too, or no? They won't. It's not like that, huh? You
No,
can't post
No,
the
he got
file.
it.
It
No,
has to be
he
like a
might have to
link.
email. No, he might have to email he might have to email it to him.
Yeah, it has to be sent.
I was about to say what
Okay,
you
so he
can do
sent
is
it.
I
He
was about
sent
to
it
say
to
what
your
you can
email.
do.
Hey y'all, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go
Oh shit.
hook me up a quick cup of coffee real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh for sure. Can't
I'm gonna
prove.
stay on. I'm gonna stay on. I ain't dropping down. I'm just gonna mute go on mute real quick.
All
I
right, we're
gotta
gonna hold you
download it,
to it.
Frank.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to download it.
Download it. Hopefully, it's a small file.
I got terabytes. I got terabytes. Hold on, what happened? Hold on, I got it playing. Hold on. Where is it playing at? I hear it, I just don't know where it's playing at. Oh, here you go.
So basically, what I heard is women should have never been allowed to work. It created a problem. It's a problem that still can be solved, but it did create. It created some issues.
But I think at the time it was necessary though.
Right? They say it
No,
was necessary for women to join
hold on.
because men were leaving to the military, or I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember what reason, but that they had to fill in and work like manufacturing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time where there wasn't like a bunch of manufacturing of things. People didn't have all these things that we buy now. We have like way too many options of things to buy.
But they being mass produced too.
Yeah, but back in the day, it was like people didn't have all the options, and
Mm-hmm.
like there's just an excess of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then we
There's
just
money to
spend more
put in.
money, and so it's a cycle because now we got to make more money to buy all the stuffs, all the
That
new
we know
things, and all
about.
the.
Mm-hmm.
It's a damn cycle.
That's what happened when you get hurt. So check
Mhm.
out the new Frankie Blanco. Can y'all see this? Is it up there?
Yeah, it's blue. But I don't hear it. There's no sound though.
There's no sound.
No sound.
How the freak? Hold on, let me. Having technical difficulties. Give me 1 second. I thought my camera was. Oh, here we go. Why won't it? It won't let me click on it.
Hold, please. We're having technical difficulties.
Yeah. It won't to share audio, share a tab or screen instead. What? Entire screen. It won't let me share the audio. Bro.
Frankie, you want to hit the link? Oh, okay, he resent another version. I think check your email. He said he sent the audio version just now. So maybe he originally sent you the wrong one.
I heard it on my end. I just couldn't, for some reason. Let me try this again. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. I was about to say you can upload it and put it as unlisted, and it won't upload until you share it out. Tell me if y'all can hear it now. Oh, come on,
Are you
bro.
playing it?
No, I won't even play. Hold on.
All right, Frankie's gonna debut his spoken word.
Why won't?
This is a new drop. It's hot. Hasn't been posted yet.
Can you hear it?
You get to hear it now. No. It's like a white screen with like the little music sign.
For some reason, okay, audio share. For some reason, it won't, because like when I'm sharing it, I have to go to my window, and it won't let
Maybe
me.
when you downloaded it, did it give you an option how to download the audio? Maybe you need to click on a different one.
Like I'm literally listening to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just not sharing audio to y'all. And it's just look, let me show you. Hold on. I'm gonna share my entire screen real quick. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. I can't even
Okay, so check your email because he sent you an MP3 format and that one will play.
let me show you. I don't even think it's that. Okay. Oh, I can't do it now that I'm showing the whole screen.
Just
It's
try
an option with the. Hold on, let me try it.
But is the one you have, is it an MP3? The one you're trying to play?
This is the same one, eh? Oh, we'll see. Okay, back here. I want to show you the whole screen, but see, it's a on here, but when I click Windows, it's not giving me the option to share audio.
Writers is asking Frankie to come up and share his screen and play it from his computer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you're gonna have to do because it won't let me. I think it's another way because it's not. If I can pull it up because it's Google and I got a Microsoft. So I have to open it up in Windows, but normally when I open things up in Windows, it gives me the option to share audio. And it's not giving me that. It's not even lit up. But normally it does. Let me see something. There might be something wrong with mine.
All right, he said he's uploading it on his end.
Yeah, if
Unlisted
you
link coming in.
yeah, do the unlisted link because that'll take me. I'm curious now.
gonna be good, guys. Okay, he promises. It's a powerful message.
Yeah, I was listening to it till y'all interrupted me and said y'all couldn't hear it. Let's see. Give me something to look up that got sound.
Did you try to download the second one he sent you?
Yeah. I just want to see. Okay, let's see. I can share this screen with audio.
He posted a link in the chat. But Frankie, you should come up and post it in the back chat. Just hit the
See,
link.
I can share this fucking screen without audio. So I don't know. It had to
Yo,
be.
Stoic. Yo, what's happening, everyone?
What up, Nine?
What up, Nine? This is Frankie said it's a sneak peek or a sneak preview.
Oh no, I can't even share that. But,
Well,
not
right
your
now it's just a
screen.
tease.
No,
The anticipation is building, y'all.
Hey, I can't even click on this.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, Frankie, I can't click on this. Send it to my. Are you friends with me on IG?
Wait, you can't click it in the chat?
No, I can't click it in the chat.
But you can click it in the back chat, Frankie. If you hit the link,
Yeah, that's what
you
I'm saying.
come
You
up.
got to
You
hit
don't
that
Yeah,
have
link
to
you.
in
hit
the
the
back chat.
Yeah,
panel. You can just.
Yep.
You don't have to hit the panel. You just hit the link. He won't bring you on the panel. You just drop it in the back chat, and then he'll be able to click on it.
the browser. Can y'all hear me? It
I
said
can
the
hear you.
browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon
Yeah, we
in
can
your
hear you.
address to allow. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, what up, Nine? I put him on stage anyway. Mm-hmm.
It's in the back chat now. It's in the back chat.
One, why am I here?
There you go. That's what's up.
They say the devil works overtime. Does that mean God only has a 9 to 5? These are the questions I ask myself while slowly going out of my mind. One, why am I here? Two, where am I destined? How can perfection create so much imperfection? Wolves in sheep clothing, predators in all directions. What is the reason for a soul, and do we all deserve it? If we don't know how to apply ourselves spiritually and put it to use in service. You see wicked harvesting energy, using it for the wrong purpose, abusing your most priceless gift, which is life, and treating it so worthless. How many amongst us truly are dumb, deaf, and blind, trying to navigate through this experience we call life, with their third eye calcified, gassed like helium, charged up like lithium, watch them throw it all away, fold astray, victims obsessed with the things that never meant for them. Lord, I pray. This is out of line. Only got but so much time. Pennies to the dollars, sold they sold for one signature on a dotted line. They say the devil works overtime. Does that mean God has a 9 to 5? These are the questions that I ask myself. I'm slowly going out my mind.
Yeah, Frankie, you gonna make me start spitting again, bro.
On the real, that was hard. I say. Hey, that was fire, bro.
Yeah, you gonna make me start spitting again, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna make me cry. The devil's working overtime, and God's got a 9 to 5. What's up with that? Run it back. Run it back.
Yeah, that was hard. Food for the brain, you know what I'm talking about?
Run it back one more time for the 9. Do it for the 9.
I just realized y'all didn't hear nothing I said.
Nope.
I did.
Did you hear what we said?
I thought I had my mic on Timo and I didn't.
Yeah, did y'all hear that applause in the background? I did.
No, do it
Yeah.
again.
I'm gonna do it again. Hold on. Let's see if y'all hear it.
That sounded like 2 thumps. Slow clap.
They say the devil works overtime.
All right, what about that one?
Does
There
that
you
mean
go.
God
That's it
only
right
has a
there.
9 to
That's the
5?
one right there. Hold on. There,
These
let
are
me
the
do it
questions
again.
I ask myself are slowly going out of my mind. 1, why am I here? 2, where am I destined? How can perfection create so much imperfection? Wolves in sheep clothing, predators in all directions. What is the reason for a soul, and do we all deserve it? If we don't know how to apply ourselves spiritually and put it to use in service. You see wicked harvesting energy, using it for the wrong purpose, abusing your most priceless gift, which is life, and treating it so worthless. How many amongst us truly are dumb, deaf, and blind, trying to navigate through this experience we call life with their third eye calcified? Gas like helium, charged up like lithium, watch them throw it all away. Fold astray, victims obsessed with the things that never meant for them. Lord, I pray. This is out of line. Only got but so much time. Pennies to the dollars, so they sold for one signature on a dotted line. You say the devil works overtime. Does that mean God has a 9 to 5? These are the questions that I ask myself. I'm slowly going out of my mind. They say the devil works overtime. Does that mean God only has a 9 to 5? These are the questions I ask myself while slowly going out of my mind. 1, why am I here? 2, where am I destined?
Hear something else.
How
Frankie, that's deep.
I told y'all he top 5 alive. I'd debate anybody else. They can plan. The man got skills that should be viewed. His message should be heard. And anytime I get the opportunity to do so on this platform, it will be done. Says the word. So since I get y'all attention, let me know what y'all. I want to hear y'all opinion about this. Frankie and this is my little cousin. Well, I can't call him little, same damn size, but I think you heard this yesterday, Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Coming live from Self Love Lounge. Yeah. My partner Dre. Give me the beat. You talk to him. Look. Now as I stand here on my feet, I ask myself, do history repeat? I know it do, but this is deep. From the slaves to the streets, from the cotton to the concrete, you give me Willie Lynch vibes. From that white man you hide, but you would kill me for my fucking ride. That's that envy you can't hide. That's that meet me outside, can let it go cause of your fucking pride. Back in the day, they take 2 field slaves, turn them against each other, something like the Django days. Whichever one was still alive, that's the one that went. The dead slave, he was gone, you won't see him again. And nowadays, they take two rap niggas. Start beef, move out the way, then clap niggas. You better know your weapon good if you aim in sight. And if you kill a kid by accident, you got a night. You niggas so tough and Zimmerman is still around, but you will pay a couple K to knock your brother down. You think that God and evil fake? Until you die and reawaken, your soul done made it through them gates of hell, they await you. And everything you ever feared, that's that shit that's gonna take you. And all them demons that you claim, then took the sane out your brain. Now it's time for you to feel the flames. You see them demons like the streets. You can praise them all you want, but in the end you meet defeat. Open your eyes to the truth. But most of y'all can't do that, cause them lies be just as fake as you. Been spitting facts all my life. Your brain gotta watch for bullets, but your back you gotta watch for knives. Fuck nigga, you need to listen. I'm competing with the old me. You look at me as competition. I never thought I'd see the day when I would get off on this microphone and say this shit I'm about to say. But hey, it need to be said, and they like, damn right. Got on my knees, prayed to God just the other night. Help me win the fight against my own kind. And if Black Lives Matter, niggas colorblind. They in denial when they hate it when you speaking facts. But a race war ain't the reason why I got the strap. Don't get it fucked up, cause anyone can feel the shell. But not just anyone gonna kill me for my clientele. Folks be seeking all these questions but don't want the answers. The last time we stuck together was the Black Panthers. But since then, it's a block for a block. They get on TikTok and make a song about a dead op. To be a rapper now you need a bulletproof whip. No other genre like this. Now ain't this some shit? You ignorant. Get on the gram, you don't think twice. And make a joke about him fighting for his fucking life. So many of them throw rocks, then they hide their hands. But this reality, not Meta or the Central Land.
Man, I love that dude, man. They had call him tomorrow.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey man, y'all brothers is gifted, man.
Man, bro, I'm so blessed with many talented people around me, bro.
Man, bro,
I'm
you gotta
blessed,
play that
bro.
again too, bro. Play that one more time, bro.
Oh, I got you, bro. I got you.
Man, salute.
They give me Willie Lynch vibes, bro. Like when I heard him spit that shit, I'm like,
And I got that book. That book is real.
Give me the beat. You talk to him. Look. Now as I stand here on my feet, I ask myself, do history repeat? I know it do, but this is deep. From the slaves to the streets, from the cotton to the concrete, you give me Willie Lynch vibes. From that white man you hide, but you would kill me for my fucking ride. That's that envy you can't hide. That's that meet me outside, can let it go cause of your fucking pride. Back in the day, they take two field slaves, turn them against each other, something like the Django days. Whichever one was still alive, that's the one that went. The dead slave, he was gone, you won't see him again. And nowadays, they take two rap niggas. Start beef, move out the way, then clap niggas. You better know your weapon good if you aim in sight. And if you kill a kid by accident, you got a night. You niggas so tough and Zimmerman is still around, but you will pay a couple K to knock your brother down. You think that God and evil fake? Until you die and reawaken, your soul done made it through them gates of hell, they await you. And everything you ever feared, that's that shit that's gonna take you. And all them demons that you claim, then took the sane out your brain. Now it's time for you to feel the flames. You see them demons like the streets. You can praise them all you want, but in the end you meet defeat. Open your eyes to the truth. But most of y'all can't do that cause them lies be just as fake as you. Been spitting facts all my life. Your brain gotta watch for bullets, but your back you gotta watch for knives. Fuck nigga, you need to listen. I'm competing with the old me. You look at me as competition. I never thought I'd see the day when I would get off on this microphone and say this shit I'm about to say. But hey, it need to be said, and they like, damn right. Got on my knees, prayed to God just the other night. Help me win the fight against my own kind. And if Black Lives Matter, niggas colorblind. They in denial when they hate it when you speaking facts. But a race war ain't the reason why I got the strap. Don't get it fucked up, cause anyone can feel the shell, but not just anyone gon' kill me for my clientele. Folks be seeking all these questions, but don't want the answers. The last time we stuck together was the Black Panthers. But since then, it's a block for a block. They get on TikTok and make a song about a dead op. To be a rapper now you need a bulletproof whip. No other genre like this. Now ain't this some shit? You ignorant. Get on the gram, you don't think twice. And make a joke about him fighting for his fucking life. So many of them throw rocks, then they hide their hands. But this reality, not Meta or the Central Land.
And he don't even post on YouTube no more. I told him, like, I'm trying to get him to come back on the tube. He be on Instagram and TikTok all the time. Like, bro, get your
That's
ass back
good.
on the tube.
Well, that's where people need to hear it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he be shaking and moving. He be traveling and shit.
Yeah, that was like, it's hitting me different today. Probably because it's that time of the month, but it's hitting different today. Frankie's hit me.
That shit is
Man,
different. I
yeah.
was used to Cuz making like, cause he down in Atlanta, so he was fucking with Jeezy for a while and a couple other people. I was used to him making that, and you know he went through some real shit, and you know he there now. He right where he at now, in a great place. You know he had to go through that fire though.
People
He
need
had
to
to go
hear
through
that.
that
People need
fire.
to hear Frankie. People need to hear your cousin. Like,
Yeah,
really
people,
hear it. Listen, not
but
just hear it, but
man, people just need opportunity, man. He got his. Frankie just need his. Frankie just need opportunity, and when he get it, I mean, shit, he got a catalog already. So he just preparing himself. Yeah, your time gonna come, bro. Trust me, Frankie. Your time definitely gonna come, bro.
well, I guess in order for more people to hear it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For sure.
it needs to fall on hearts and
Yeah,
minds. What happened, Mouthpiece?
man. I just
They got you
enjoy the
tearing up?
man, for real, man. For real, man. I ain't gonna even cap to you, man. The words is captivating, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even cap. Um,
Yeah.
I'm a very poetic man myself, so anytime I hear another brother expressing his his gift in that light, I can't help but resonate with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it let me know that, I ain't alone out here. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us brothers out here, we be feeling like we by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
isolate our mind. They isolate our mind and make us think that like we in the struggle by ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Our sisters against us, our mamas against us, our brothers against us. You know what I'm saying? It's a constant struggle. So in order for us to become better and grow, we got to be able to annihilate the first main enemy is the enemy within. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why
That's
I'll be
You
why.
gotta
saying that.
you gotta deprogram yourself. You gotta deprogram yourself. At one point in time, you gotta deprogram yourself like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You said moms and the women, which we're
Yeah,
supposed to be the ones that are like supportive and nurturing and
exactly.
encouraging and lifting up the men.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something on here, and I haven't said it on here, but I said it behind the scenes, and I don't like saying nothing to um solidify any stereotypes, so I often just keep things to myself. But hearing that and hearing Brother Mouthpiece, just having him up here with me, I understand, like, he'd get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But that whole Willie Lynch shit, bro, man, do you know the trouble and drama I had on this internet didn't come from no one but black women?
I know. I know, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. They programmed against us, bro. They got programmed, man. They fell for the matrix, man. Shit is crazy, man. Damn.
And to be honest, in real life, bro, I experienced that once, you know, but I come from like a real connected, you know, family where it's like old school traditions, right?
Right.
So I never had that issue. Even like I will equate my experiences with women. I will take accountability and say I selected those women. So I'm not gonna put that plight on women. But on here, I didn't do anything to nobody. And
Exactly. There we go. There we go.
you know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's yeah, because that's also I ain't gonna cap, but that's also some of the flack I catch too in some cases. You know what I'm saying? And I still be respectable. I still say queen.
Yeah.
I still do all of that. And it's like it get looked at as being fake. You know what I'm saying? It don't get looked at as me being who I really am. Like I really call women queen in person. Like I don't be like that's the thing. See, it's like when you get so saturated with all that bullshit out there, it's hard for you to decipher the real from the fake. So you have to wait and
Mm.
see and put people to the test. And you know what I'm saying? They be waiting to see and just, fall back. It's not a, accessible thing. That's why it's like that double negative we get approached with. That's what I was saying as a brother, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in a household too of great women, you know what I'm saying? Like my sisters and my moms. And, don't get me wrong, I'm always tight with moms, but the relationships with my sister, it was shaky. You know what I'm saying? But at times, as time went on, we was able to, have them conversations that was needed, and we moved on. But it would never know like, oh man, these bitches ain't shit. Like, oh, my sister ain't a
Right.
bitch. No, it's never that mind. It's never that mentality. It just was the understanding that I understand from a whole male perspective, but then when I take time to look outside myself, I stare at my sisters. You see what I'm saying? They became like reference
Mhm.
points of what ways to not do and what things to not do to a woman. You see what I'm saying?
And that's yeah, all my sisters younger than me, so they looked at me as a reference point, right? How to treat men. That's what I mean. How men supposed to treat women. So that's
Yeah.
why it was important to me. Like I can tell you the exact age. I looked at my sister like, damn, I got to fix my shit. Like I got to do better so they know better. You know what I'm
What
saying?
age
If
was
I
it, bro?
don't do
What
better,
age
they
was it?
won't know better.
What age was it,
23,
bro? Let's go.
23.
Let's go.
I was 23 years old when I realized that. And I'm like, fuck, man. Because my youngest sister is only 4 years younger than me. So she right there. You know, so she watching
Yeah.
everything I do, how I'm treating
Everything.
women.
That's right.
And she already had a bad example from her dad. So I wanted to give her that, be that good example.
See what I'm saying?
And shout out to them, man, because man, my
For
sisters
real.
love the shit out of me, bro. They look up to me like, man, my
Yeah.
sister,
Salute to the
one of
sisters.
my sisters, one of my sisters, a doctor, bro, and just
That's what's
talking
up.
to her, she every time she see me, man, she light the fuck up. She had like we like little kids again. She my big girl like right under me, and she just tell me how proud she is of me and how much she learned, and like that shit is so fucking humbling. Cause she
Yeah.
fucking awesome shit. I look up to her like, damn, you like my sister special. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. She have books and shit
Let's
written
go.
about
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
her. My
Let's
sister
go.
bad motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
the shit she do, work, and she worked for the community, man. She put in work for the community, so
Oh, that's
she
nice.
just she ran and lost for like school board superintendent or school
Oh,
board
okay.
something. I mean, I think she just wanted to be on the
On the
council.
board.
Yeah,
She
but
want to be on the
and
board.
then when she lost, like everybody in the community was like, "What the fuck?" Like everybody thought she was gonna win, and I told her why she lost. She was helping her competition.
Oh, damn.
She was
Is
out
that good
because
karma?
yeah, it's definitely good karma. I think it's great karma. She ain't get that. I told her like she destined for greater things. That's just a school board member, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe
Oh,
that
hell yeah. Oh,
was
hell
not
yeah.
her
That's
time
this
for
is
that.
the. Hey, there we
Mm-hmm.
go. There we go.
Right, because sometimes we think that's something we want, it's going to be good, but maybe it's just going to be like a distraction for her.
Mm-hmm. That's
Maybe it
all
was
it
going to
was.
affect her family life or whatever. It could be something negative.
More stress because the position she got now. I mean, shit. She can actually make moves. She can shake and make shit happen. And she working for one of the most prestigious universities, University of Michigan. So she actually at pool now. She would have took that job then. That was
It
just
might
been
have
extra
affected
stress
her.
on her. Yeah.
Because I think that job for the board is it's not a full-time job, so
Mm-mm.
she would
But
still
it
be
was,
do it. It would be more work for her,
nah, she in management now. So shit.
more on her plate.
Yeah. Yeah. She did that because we I think we all like that. My whole family, like my mom been a nurse for over 30 years. My dad
Yeah,
been like a counselor. I got a lot of family in like law enforcement or probate. We always been. I got a couple doctors,
she
lawyers.
wants to help. She wants
Yeah,
to
it's
help because
like
she sees the
Help it
need
out.
and
Help
where
the
she can make a
community.
difference.
There we go.
But
That's what I'm talking about.
Mouthy said something interesting about the women falling for the matrix and the programming. But do you think
Yeah.
it goes like the programming goes way back?
There we
You think
go.
oh yeah,
the men also fell
Yep.
into the
definitely,
programming, right?
definitely. That's
Yep.
why everybody be sagging their pants trying to be hard and shit.
Yeah.
Cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. There we go. Root causes. A lot of root causes stem from bad experiences with male, starting with the dad to the uncles to the cousins. You get what I'm saying? It's like a widespread variety, and it destroys the trust in men. That's why you have a big no disrespect to the studs out there. I respect y'all and I understand, but I'm just saying, you know, hey, that distrust in man make them become more understanding of women. You see what I'm saying? More loving of women to whereas they have a distrust for man. You know what I'm saying? Not that they hate man, because you have some that still respect man and got love for man, but they understand to be more cautious with man. You get what I'm saying? It draws more cautiousness to them to make them feel like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna be, who is this? Okay, his name is what? Okay, cool. You get what I mean? They gotta like double check type shit.
But then that cautiousness and that fear, it like spreads like a virus
Mm-hmm.
to the little girls, and then those little girls
Yeah.
Learned
send it to
behavior.
their little girls.
Yep.
Learned
And then they
behavior.
grow
That's
up
all it is.
and they grow up and then they sharing their messages and then now they making it a known thing. And now you have a big ass generation, not just one generation, but a couple of them full of distrusted of men. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, they dealing with the exact distrust of men that they trying to avoid. You get what I'm saying? And there you have you. That the same what did my brother call it earlier? The PTS, post traumatic inhabited how you say it, brother?
Embitterment.
Post traumatic
Embitterment.
embitterment
Embitterment
disorder.
disorder.
There we go. There
You
we go.
got
Let's get
it.
it.
Well, and then the tables turn, because then the women start acting like doing the stuff that the men were doing to the women,
Yep. Yep.
like
And then
almost
they
like that's what they got to do.
yeah.
Maybe it started like a get back, but then now it's like
It's
I
spite.
don't
It
know. But
becomes spite.
Behavior.
It becomes
It
spite. There we go.
becomes it becomes all like everything. Like shout out to the ancestor Dr. Francis Chris Weasley
No
because
doubt.
my understanding and concept of a
Shit.
lot of like past trauma comes actually from her and her theory of post traumatic enslavement disorder. Um, and a lot of things, even like man, it resonated with me because I remember my grandmother telling me she will beat the fear of God in me. And I didn't know that's what a lot of happened to her when she was younger. Her parents beat the fear of God in her, but
Damn.
who beat the fear of God in her parents was the slave masters.
There we go.
So
there you go.
Yep.
so a lot of trauma, trauma get
Mm,
passed down, and the way it's passed down is through behavior. And like when we talk about that five monkey experiment, a person doesn't even have to go through the traumatic part of it to pass on the trauma. It can be passed on.
oh yeah, yeah.
So you don't, and then and because of that trauma is being passed on, even though the person hasn't experienced, they develop a behavior. So a lot of these generational curses that people talk about is just simply learned behavior passed down from generation to generation.
That's
And
all.
I like to take the woo woo out of it so we can correct the shit. Yeah,
Do you
but I
think
think
there's hope?
it is.
Like,
The
do you think
person,
like 100 years from now or 200 years, like how long do you guys think it's gonna take for the
if
tide
people
to
listen
start
to me,
to
one
turn?
generation. People listen to me one generation. I can fix it in
10
one
years.
generation.
Yep, 10 years.
Mhm.
10
I,
10
years.
years. Yep.
I can fix it in one fucking generation. I promise you I can. People just need to listen and follow. Do the work. That's
But
all
if
you got to do.
if people paying attention, they really trying to get it done. I think it could take up to 5 years to be cool with you, to be on. If everybody just get everybody just have that good little moment where they just say, all right, enough of this controlling shit, enough of this social and economic bullshit. Let's get this shit together. We ain't playing no more. Hey, they got to start serving the people. They ain't been serving the people in forever. That money get dispersed to all the places that they need to go to. Yeah, everything will be in. Yeah, I think everything will be tight.
I want to answer Stoic. He has 2 questions.
No doubt. Salute, Stoic 9.
What that mean, good karma? So I think he was back in the video. So karma is not good or bad. Karma is just simply energy that we put out. Well, y'all want? We can review a video tomorrow. I ain't gonna do it tonight because it's getting late. But I will review. Maybe I can. I don't know. It's up to y'all. If y'all want to review, I don't know how long it is. I don't think it's that long. But we can review the karma video because it's easier to explain it throughout the video. But karma is not really good or bad. It's just the energy that we put out. The perception of good or bad is how we perceive good or bad. So
That's right.
karma is just energy. So if you putting negative energy out, you go get negative in return. If you putting positive energy out, you go get positive in return. So it's not the karma that's good or bad. It's your intention. It's what you do is good or bad, not the karma. Karma is just karma. Karma is just energy. It has nothing to do with good or bad. It's all about the person who put it out.
Just think of it
Yeah.
like a boomerang. If you put
Mm-hmm.
shit on the boomerang and you throw it out, you're going to get shit back on the boomerang. It's not going to come back clean.
Right. Well, karma's not even really about receiving. It's about giving too. It's the energy you put out. That's you giving. And what you receive in return is the energy going within the cycle. You know, the energy will cycle.
Yeah, you put
So,
some sunshine and flowers on that boomerang. Well, that's for
mhm.
me. I don't know. The girls, I don't know. Probably for a guy, sunshine and flowers is not good.
No,
It's probably
I
too zesty, but you know what I'm saying.
want some motor oil and some alcohol or something. Mhm. And then he said it's trauma genetic.
Some good deeds.
So he's saying it's trauma genetic. So
I think so.
I don't want to
Think
explain
about the
it a
baby in
metaphor.
the womb.
I
Trauma,
don't
trauma
want to.
travels. I think that's another channel of trauma. Channel the trauma channels through genetics. Yeah, that's a form of a traveling aspect. But I don't know. I can't say it's just off
So,
genetics because I think like once you experience something, your body relates it to what you experienced, right? And it depends on if you like it or not. That's what keep you from, you know what I'm saying, reliving it type shit. But go ahead, y'all.
and I want to explain it in a way that people can feel like they have power to do something about it. So I'm not going to say it's genetic, but I can explain how it's genetic, but I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is tell you is learned behavior. You know, that's something that you have control over. You can change your behavior. And the reason I say it's learned behavior is because what we are conditioned or indoctrinated to is what we how we perceive and develop thoughts to create action. So if you grew up getting beat, you might think it's okay to beat your kids because you went through it. If you grew up in a single parent household, you may think it's okay to develop single parent households because you experienced it. It's learned behavior. So a lot of things that people are traumatized, they tend to often be desensitized to it. And that's how it creates more trauma, especially through generational cycle. And that's something that we can fix just by doing better. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. That's what's up, man. Yeah,
Sometimes I
yeah.
just saying shit and it sounds good in my head, but I don't know.
I be feeling like that too sometimes. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. That's why I was like, man, I gotta not overextend the point, because once you make the point, you gotta be able to be all right, cool. But yeah, sometimes you feel like you wanna just double back sometime or spin a bend on the point. You know what I'm talking about?
And I'm not gonna play this whole video, but I think I can get through the meat and potatoes. 755, what up though?
What
What
up,
up,
though?
755?
Salute 755. Salute Riders for Life. Salute.
I like this intro. Hold on, I gotta play
This
this.
video is brought to you by the 9%
Ooh, that's loud.
and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
This is Karma 101, okay? Karma 101. We're gonna talk about karma today. And I think this is important, and this is why. Because a lot of times we use phrases, concepts, ideologies, and we don't have the full working knowledge of them. So sometimes we can use it against ourselves. So understanding it, we can utilize it better. So that's why I want to talk about karma. And most of us know what karma is, right? We get all them old sayings: "What goes around comes around." That's associated with the universal principle of cause and effect, right? What goes around comes around. Even if we go into the Bible, we'll see what you reap, you sow. But it's something older than that, right? And in Hindu practices, you see the extent of karma or the origin of karma, how karma was created. First people who gave it a name, written. And even looking into Buddhism, Hinduism is older than Buddhism. Buddha broke it down even more. So I'm gonna touch on that, but we gonna talk about from Hinduism. And when we get into not this episode, this is just an explanation of what karma is. And when we get into the laws of karma, I'm gonna incorporate Buddhism into that, and then the universal principles too. I'm gonna when we talk about the laws, and then in a members only live, I'm gonna break down how to change karma. So this gonna be a 3-part series too, public for members. But when we talking about karma, we want to take it back to the originators, right? We're gonna take it back to the Hinduism. I don't know how many people familiar with Hinduism. You might be, Bro, I used to talk too fast. might know what Buddhism is, Taoism, Taoism, even Jainism. But Hinduism is I guess you want to call it the birth mother of all of them. So we're going to go back to the Hindus and see what they say about karma. But before we do that, what I have to do is give you understanding, some working information on not only what karma is, but how it's used, right? So the Hindus believe that your thoughts were also a part of karma. We got to understand the mechanics of it, because a lot of times we think it's just action, and it's not. It's more than action. It's also thought. So what we think is incorporated into our karma, into our actions. So even our thoughts have the potential to create good or bad karma. This is why in Hinduism and Taoism and Buddhism, they always talking about clearing their mind, clearing a path, you know, going into isolation, not allowing others' thoughts to become yours. Commander, what up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. That's what they do. That's one of the main reasons why they want you to clear your mind. So understanding that even our thoughts is equated to a part of our karma. When you go to study it, you might see 2 portions, you might see 3 portions or 4 portions of karma. All of it is associated, but it's parts of it, right? How it's displayed. So the first part we're gonna talk about. Let me pull it up for you. So the first part we're gonna talk about. I don't know if y'all can see that on my screen.
Sanchita.
Is the Sanchita karma. This is the karma that is accumulated or built up through your past life. You're experiencing in your present self. All actions, good or bad, are stored in the subconscious. Right. So the Sanchita karma is the karma from our past lives that we are experiencing our current bodies. So when you remember earlier when I said you currently live in past karma, whether it's good or bad, we not only experience karma that we create currently, but we also experience our past karma. That's the story I told you about that monk who was blind. His karma in his current life was that he blinded people, so he became blind. That was his karma. Meaning the karma that you accumulated in your past life. Hinduism, Taoism, all these Eastern philosophies and religions believe in reincarnation. So the first part of the Sanchita is not what you did in this life, but like when they say you reap what you sow, this is all the deeds you did in your past life that you are currently experiencing in your present life. That saying, I know y'all heard this before because I said it, but I don't know what I did in my past life, but I'm paying for it now. That's where this saying comes from. So the things we did in our past life is basically catching up to us. If that's good or bad, maybe you did some good things in your past life, and in this current life, you're reaping the rewards. Maybe you did some bad things, and in this current life, you're reaping those. So that's what the Sanchita part of the karma is now. I don't want to confuse what the power by karma. This is the portion from the past, the Sanchita, that is active in the present life. The actions of the past deeds harvest in the present, good or bad. Now, what this is Sanchita is the collective, right? Sanchita is all the karma that was stored up that you brought with you. Now, the Parahabaha is the action, is the actual harvest. You actually have to. Did I lose y'all on that part? Because that used to be confusing to me. So the Sanchita is the past karma. The power ba is the past karma that you currently experience. I think I could have said it like that. That'd make more sense. Did I lose y'all?
Well, it makes sense to me. I thought it was part of the video. Sorry.
Oh.
It make a lot of sense to me too. I ain't gonna even cap.
Okay. Because I know I was trying to explain this to my mom, and she was like, give me karma for dummies. So I made this video. And she still don't get it. Shout out to my mom. You gonna kill me. To deal with the karma, whether it's good or bad. So all this is past tense, right? So the things that we did in our past, we have to live through that karma in our present. And when you practice Buddhism, you hear a lot of stories about different people encountering Buddha. And one of the stories was this. It was a man who was blind. He was a Buddhist monk. And he went to Buddha and asked, how can he become more enlightened? And Buddha said, when you stop seeking it, you'll find it. And so that night, the man was thinking about what Buddha said. So he walked out of his room and went for a walk. Now remember, the man is blind. as he was walking, he walked through and killed some ants. And the next morning, some of the other monks was walking past his house and seeing that there was a pile of ants that was crushed, that was dead. So they went to Buddha and told Buddha that the blind monk squished the ants and killed them. They wanted some type of punishment for him. And Buddha asked them, "Did you see him crush the ants?" And they said, "No, not with their own eyes." And he said, "Well, neither is he because he's blind." So his intention was not to crush the ants, even though he crushed them. So there's no bad karma coming to him. And Buddha went on to tell him that he's one of the most enlightened ones here. And they asked if he was so enlightened, why is he blind? Because they said in his former life, he was a physician. And he used to heal many people. And one day this lady came to him when she was going blind. And he healed her, gave her some cream, and she promised to be a slave if he was to heal her. So when her sight started coming back, she decided to lie to him and tell him that her sight wasn't coming back and she needed more medicine. Well, he knew that her sight was coming back because all his medicine worked. So he gave her some medicine that made her permanently blind. So when he was reincarnated into this life, because of that sin, that bad deed he did, he had to live this life blind. So that's why he was at peace with it, because he knew he was living out his past karma. And the only way to shake that and to get it off of him was to accept it, endure it, and learn from it. So when we talk about the Prabha, this is what we're experiencing now. Like I said, the Sanchita is the action. Well, the Sanchita is the essence of the karma that we brought from the past life to this life. The Prabha is the action, us having to live through it, right? So whether it's good or bad, this is what we're currently experiencing in our current life that we accumulated in our past life. So karma follows you. It follows you, even through death. Ozzy, oi, what
Now,
up,
the
though?
third portion is actually similar to what I just showed you. It's two parts of it. So if you go look it up, you'll see one name, but there's another portion of it that's associated with it, right? The Karama and the Agama.
The Kairama. I said
The Karama is the karma
Kairama.
you are creating right now in the present through the choices and decisions you make. So not only do you have to deal with past karma, you're also accumulating more karma. And with the Karama, this works like this. You reap and sow the karma that you're currently creating. So a portion of the karma you create, and you will get it right away. Some of it will follow you into your next life of what you create now. And that turns, so even what you do now turns into the Sanchita karma, a portion of that. And a portion of it you have to deal with right now, current.
So the easiest way I can
Maya
explain that, right,
is the karma that's formed.
So the easiest way I can explain that, remember how I told you your actions have an instant effect and a after effect? The things you do now, you know, it will have an instant effect, but it also have a lasting effect, meaning an effect that you may not see right away, but will occur later. That's what the karma is. So you have instant karma. And then you also have stored karma, stuff you will reap later.
Well, and then also, because one time we talked about like karma can also fall like on your offspring, like on your kids. Like
Hmm.
something you did can affect your kids.
So you got to think of it as energy, right? So karma is simply energy, and energy is not only absorbed by you, but is absorbed by people and things around you also. So sometimes to for the karma to affect you, it will affect something that you care about. You know,
Mhm.
that's why I say I accept my karma because I know if it affect me, it won't harm the people around me. You know, and
Yeah.
that's the whole. We have to. Now that's more interesting within the teachings of karma too, because it's a way you can deflect karma, but you don't want to do that.
Mm.
You don't really want to do that because, like I said, I rather for me to deal with my karma than have someone I care about deal with it. You know,
Right,
especially if it's
right.
bad. If it's good, then yeah, they can have it. But if it's bad, no, let me eat that.
Well, I also noticed two things. You said good and bad a lot in this video instead of
Mhm.
saying negative and
Or positive.
positive.
Yeah.
And then I noticed the thoughts, like right in the beginning of the video. So thoughts do play a part in karma, and that's
Hmm.
why they needed to clear their mind. So thoughts do play a part then, like I was originally
Hmm.
thinking. Maybe not in the way I was thinking, I don't know, but your
No,
thoughts,
thoughts definitely play because your thoughts turn into action. You know,
right?
so
Like the
if you
intention.
yeah, and so even if you don't feed into the thoughts, it still creates uh, an environment where potential happens. So
Indeed.
Mm,
our thoughts are very powerful. That's what
Very
manifests
powerful.
things is our thoughts. You know, that's what brings
Yeah.
things into existence in the first place. So I can
Right.
have a thought and share a thought with you, and you can play that thought out. You see what I'm saying? Like I can say, oh, I don't like this person, but never do nothing to the person. But since you like me and I don't like the person, now you do something to the person. But that would have never happened if I never would have shared my thought. You see how dangerous thoughts can be?
so in the Mormon
Indeed.
church, they teach that your thoughts, even if you don't act on your thoughts are like a sin. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you, even if you just think it, it's a sin. I'm
Mm-hmm.
guessing they try to nip it in the butt, but like sometimes these thoughts just come to us without us even like being able to stop it ahead of time. But I mean, I guess if you're like in a certain place in your life and you're working on yourself, then maybe those thoughts aren't gonna come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Like
how do
if
you
you
prevent the or stop the thought?
think about this, what thoughts don't come to you that you not aware of? Like I'm gonna use myself for an example, and I'm gonna use an extreme. I never thought about doing nothing to a kid.
Right?
You
But
see
what
what
if
I'm saying?
like w- okay, like road rage, somebody cuts you off and then the thought is like that damn bitch or something bad like that, like
That's because that's within you.
that's what I'm
That's
saying,
why
like
it came out of you. You already had anger in you. Because
if
think about
you're
Yeah. But that's the
think about
reaction though.
this.
See, that's the thing though. That's a reactive thought though.
but if
Hmm.
you're in a place like that's what I'm saying, if you're worked on yourself and you're in a place where that doesn't even come out of you.
Right. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it. Because I was about to say, think about when you're having a good day and somebody cut you off. You don't think you be like, oh shit, go ahead, you can have it. You don't
Yeah,
think,
you can have it.
but if
Oh,
you have a bad day, you be like, motherfucker, bitch, hitting the horn and shit. Like, oh, bro, what's going on?
listen, that's why I think okay, I noticed that to me that's like a sign. Like to me that's a red flag. The road rage is a red flag to me.
Hmm.
Which I don't want to offend people because a lot of people do have road rage, but to me that's a red flag.
You
Yeah, that
angry
is red
inside.
flag. I agree. That really is
If
red flag.
if I'm dating a guy and I'm in the passenger and we're driving and he's got some road rage,
Making
like
our
it's
way
always road rage,
downtown.
I'm like,
You motherfucker.
yeah, like you piece of
You just
shit. Or I'm
You
gonna
be
hit the brakes in
saying
front of them. I'm gonna cut them off, and then I'm gonna hit the brake. Like, no.
you be right on that part, making our way downtown. Somebody cut you off, you mother. Like, nah, yeah, something wrong with you, bro. We was just singing. We was just cool. What's wrong with you? Oh, you got PTED, post traumatic embitterment
There you
disorder.
go. There you go. Man, that's the word of the night tonight, boy. We been cooking with that word, boy. That
Bro,
word
I
is
did a whole
principle.
show on that too, bro. I did
No
a whole
doubt.
show on it.
Let's go.
Born from current actions that we must harvest in the future. I just want to get past this last part, and
I
then
gotta drop off,
this
guys.
whole
I'm sorry. I
portion
want to
here is
stay, but
what
I
we're
can't.
creating right now.
Much
Oh,
love.
you
Good
cool.
night, nine.
You
In
cool. We definitely
studying,
gonna
sometimes they tell
tonight in a minute. Hey,
Thank
salute,
you.
Queen. All the time.
appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Yeah, I ain't gonna be on too much longer. I just wanted to play this for y'all real quick. But yeah, I'm gonna review a lot of these old videos. I just want to, I got
Sure.
stuff on here
Okay, I'm
about
gonna jump in the chat too,
karma.
though, bro. I appreciate the love too, bro, for sure. You always cooking, man. Salute, bro.
Oh, for sure, bro. Hey, if you get a
Salute to the whole.
chance, though, mouthpiece.
Okay.
Hold on, let me find where is that. I know I didn't erase that. Damn, did I erase it? Uh, Emotional intelligence, are not giving a fuck. Damn, I think I erased it. How to identify, deal with haters. What is the ego? Damn, I erased it. But I think I got the live. I think I got the whole live somewhere. But yeah, I did a whole show on post traumatic embitterment disorder, broke that shit down and everything. I can't believe I erased that. Well, I can re-upload it. I got it saved. I know I got it saved because I edited it and everything.
Hey, shit. The way we going, man, we probably have to the ones we did. We gonna have to upgrade them shits, man, because it's still relevant to this day. Like shit, it need an extension. It need to be reevaluated. You know what I mean?
Bro, I got some sauce in here when people like I did a lot of this when people weren't even listening to me, bro. It was just I just had to talk about a lot of these different topics, subjects. But this is what I talk about, bro. I thought this is literally the shit I talk about is literally my journey to self improvement, bro. All the shit I talk about. I learned all this through redefining myself, bro. I was an unscrupulous little bastard at one point in time, and I think I was dangerous because I was dangerous because I was methodical. Always been like strategic and methodical, but that should be dangerous. Motherfuckers know this shit, and then I realized I was really a danger to myself. So I had to change it because if I'm a danger to this is a good show too. Flies or bees, what are you attracting? I'm gonna have to review that one. That was a good show too. Damn, where is that? I think I erased it. So I'm gonna have to. I got it. I read. I look at my thing. I probably do that as a premiere tomorrow because I don't think I'm coming on. So I might, if I can find it, I will do
Oh,
it
okay,
as
I'm
a
tapping into.
premiere.
I'm tapping in. Check it out, bro. I definitely would love to hear that, bro. Because man, your retrospectives are very sharp, bro. I appreciate you, bro, for sharing these
I
experiences and
appreciate
your
that.
understanding. Because that's
I
dope.
appreciate that, bro. Because I
No doubt.
really broke that shit down too.
Yeah, that's hype, bro. Okay, bro. Hey, keep cooking, bro. On the real.
Oh, for sure, bro. The Dark Side of Rejection. That was a good show too.
Oh shit. He said the dark
Yeah,
side of rejection. Oh shit.
hell yeah. That was a good show too. It's it's oh man, I can't believe I erased. Well, I think I had to erase it. I don't know why I erased the shorter version that I made. I don't know why I erased that, but I was trying to get remonetized, so I had a lot of stuff within my lives that I didn't feel like clipping out, so I just erased it all. Law, cause, and effect. Uh, yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah, I know it ain't down here this far. This is the beginning. I damn near erased my whole second year, like my whole second year of doing YouTube. Well, technically, this would be my second year. I was talking about Karma Sutra right here. They liked that one. It wasn't really like it's I was talking beyond like sex positions and shit like that. I was talking about the 7 volumes of the Kama Sutra, how it teaches you how to court women, how to deal with women outside your relationship. It's a deep book. I learned a lot from the Kama Sutra. I still learn a lot. I still, study it. I got all 7 volumes. They got herbal information in there. Y'all people taking them honey packs and blue pills. You ain't got to do all that. That old school remedy.
All right.
Damn, I really erased that. That was a good show. I really had to look and see what I erased. I don't even know what I erased now. But I did not think I erased that. Because I did a lecture like on that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how to transmute energy. That was a good show. Uh-oh. I heard my daughter. Social intelligence. That was dope too. Forgive but never forget. I think I went off on that video. Most common types of narcissistic personalities. That was a good one. Because people think it's only one form of narcissism.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's
nope.
levels. Yes, sir. I'm gonna revisit that one too. Man, that's real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Put him in the quicksand.
All right.
That was yeah, I really erased that.
Yeah, I see the catalog. See the catalog heavy though too. I see you. Okay.
Yeah, this is. But I erased over 500 videos. I bullshit you not. I erased over 500 videos, and I think I still got like 600 videos. And this is all in 2 years. This is like I'm working on my 3rd year now.
Oh, okay.
But I used to go live like twice a day. I do a quick live, and then I did shorts too. So some of those, like I don't know if they count shorts as videos, but this one too, I think people will be shocked if they hear my perspective. The women hold the key to sex. I think that it'll give a nuance or understanding. Yep, I really erased it. Or maybe hold on. How do you change your nature? Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, it's not on here. I erased it. Yeah, definitely erased it. Damn. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go find that. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely find it. I'll put it as a premiere tomorrow. Cause I'm surprised it's not. Or did I? No intro. Okay. How to unlock the root chakra. Yeah. How to identify and deal. Yep. Because it was in between them. Victim mentality. How to spot it. That was a good one too. Damn, I erased it. Yep. It's gone. I gotta go back and should have it in mind. Yeah, I should have it in my phone somewhere. I just gotta find it within my phone.
No doubt.
But if I don't have it on my phone, I know exactly where it's at. It should be in mine because I edited it, so it should be under my edit. So if I don't have it on my phone, I still should be able to download it.
For sure.
Yes, victims. That's that video on egos is dope too. The video I did on the ego because it's just a lot of concept people use, and I don't think they get the full like full information about even the concept itself. Like when people say ego, they don't understand that ego. Your ego is actually your conscious self. You have a portion of that called the ID, the instinctive desires. That's your lower portion. And understanding the concepts, like when people say, "Oh, you're in your ego," actually you're out of your ego. You're in your ID. Your instinctive desires, that part of you who function on survivability. And functioning in that mode, you almost do anything and everything to survive or to put yourself on top. So a lot of times you'll neglect the needs and wants of others because of your desire. Your super ego is your higher self. They call that the altruistic version of you. That's when you put other things before yourself. So you remember that cartoon with the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
your ego. You in the middle. That's where they get the whole concept from. With the angel on one shoulder and the devil, because your ID is considered your lower self or your devil self. Your super ego is considered your higher self or your God being. Your ego is your conscious self. Now you determine which one of those aspects comes out of you. That's the actual ego. So if you're in your ID, that's when normally people say you're in your ego. When you're doing those things for self preservation, you know. That's literally your instinctive desires. So it's not really your ego, it's your lower self that you function out of.
Okay.
So the ego get a bad rap. I had to speak up for the ego.
No doubt. Hey, bro, I got a question for you too, man. I was talking to this one dude at my job. He kind of sleepwoke, but he claimed he universal though, right? So he asked me a question. He was like, do you think free will exists?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "No, free will don't exist." I was like, "What?" He said, "God control everything, man." Like, woo woo. I'm like, all right, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about all that.
Well, if you believe in God, God and free will don't go together. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because even
There we go.
the definition of free will is to do something without outside interference. So if you believe in God, all your decision making is go be predicated upon that, right? So God and free will don't exist. You know that concept of free will is not even in the Bible. Technically, it's God said nothing about free will. They writ that in. What's in the Bible about free will is the church fathers. Like when you I got a degree in theology, but when you study in theology, it'll tell you when the church father, I forgot what century off the top of my head, but the church fathers introduced that concept of free will in God. Wasn't God. God never said you had fucking free will. God said, "Do what I say, or you gonna get fucked up."
Unreal. Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with no damn free will. God don't.
Right.
Nah. Well, they said, well, God gave him a choice to eat. Nah, God didn't give him a choice. God said, if you eat that apple, you surely will die. That's what God said. Don't touch that. God gave us rules, man. How the fuck did God give us free will with rules? That don't make sense.
Exactly.
People try to philosophize that shit. Like, nah, bro, those two concepts don't even go together because free will is without outside influence. And if you believe in God, meaning you got your morals, values from God, then that's an outside influence. So your morals or values determine the actions that you take in any particular situation or circumstance. So, yeah, like I was gonna go on Speak Easy because he asked that question. I know he a Christian, and they be arguing that, and I'm like, bro, that's not even an argument, bro.
Yeah, I'll be with it too. I'll be building with some Christians sometime every now and again. But I had to have a discussion to the guy, and I had to tell him like, bro, that term Christian, bro, it's not even really a real term, bro. It's like some shit they put on y'all in a box type shit to box y'all in. He was like, yeah, that's why I don't identify myself as that. And I said, yeah, I'm glad you don't, because that's another form of
Indoctrination.
indoctrination. There we go. And it's segregating you. It's making you think of a level of
Mm-hmm.
the way. He was getting worked up. He started getting red. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk, bro. But he was like, his deflections was just him getting emotional and denying my points. You see what I'm saying? Whereas when we was talking, I was listening to his points and I let him make his point. As soon as I started going in, like, hey, bro, wait a minute, bro, you got to consider this though. You see what I'm saying? He like, yeah, it's grace and mercy and all this stuff. And he was like going in. He started saying, yeah, you're not universal, man. Like, bro, like, now you trying to get personal and throw jabs, and then even as far as the conversation was going. And then only that, bro, we at work, bro. So get your ass back to work, bro. And get over there with all that protecting your anger. Because that's the thing. See, they be stuck in their anger of being let down, and then their expectations be thinking that they can overprove their point, or not necessarily overprove their point, but domineer their point to you. You see what I'm saying? Without you having any other outside understandings of it to help them see things in a better perspective. Because I do share that view. I do share the part of what you said on free will shit. That makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, a lot of times, bro, that's why I be telling people, bro, I ain't even trying to debate nobody, and it's for a couple
Oh yeah.
reasons. One is
Yeah.
like, don't know, but I'm accustomed to formal debates. You know, if you go tell me something, you have to show me something too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But other than that, it's like people don't want to really debate; they just want to argue their point, bro.
Here we go.
That's all they do, like, I don't really feel people believe in the shit they say. Most of the time, like, I'm just being honest. You know, I don't believe a lot of people believe in the shit they say because they don't practice it. They don't put most people tell me definitions. I don't care about definitions. I know definitions. I can look up a definition. I want to know
Yeah.
what something means to you. Like, people
And how
don't
you using
understand.
it? How are you using it to prove what it meant that you got? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I feel like, bro,
yeah.
that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. Once I learn
Like,
something, I want to show and prove what I learned, so that way it can manifest. I can manifest it and utilize this wisdom. You know what I mean?
exactly, bro. So that's why I be telling people, like, don't tell me the definition, tell me the meaning. People think that's the same thing. No, it's not.
Hell
The
no.
definition is just um
The information about it.
it's not even really information. It's just it defines the word. It defines what it is. But the meaning has does has implications to it. That's why meanings are subjective. So the
Yep.
meaning of a word is predicated upon the experience and like the experience someone's has with it. Let me show you real quick. Because I have trouble articulating it in a way that I try to articulate things so there's no rebuttal. And so the meaning has indication. Computer acting stupid. Okay, the definition is an authoritative, objective description of a word or concept, often found in dictionaries. Right, that's the definition, and the meaning is, on the other hand, is more subjective, refers to personal interpretation, significance, or concept that the word invokes in an individual. So we can understand the definition of something like love, right? But the meaning of love will be different between us, predicated upon our experiences and the significance of the word to our life. So I'd be more interested. Like we all know definitions, but where the nuances come with the words is through the meaning, through the personal experiences. That's where you learn the lessons of. And definitions change. You know,
Yeah.
definitions change. Yeah, so I'd be more interested in what things mean to people versus the definition of things.
Okay. Okay.
I look for nuances. I believe in utilization of things, using things to benefit me. You
No,
know,
no,
and a
real
lot of times, I mean, you can use a knife to cut food or defend yourself. You know,
come on now. Let's go. Let's go.
so I utilize things such as these concepts like ignorance. Right? I utilize ignorance. Yeah, ignorance can be good because I utilize ignorance when it comes to me achieving my goals. I become ignorant. I'm unaware that I can't achieve something. So it don't give me room to quit. It just give me more creativity to
There
find
we
new
go.
ways to achieve what I desire. So that's how I utilize ignorance. You know, just the ignorance is just simply not
Fact.
knowing or not being aware. So if I'm not aware of failure,
There
guess
we
what
go.
I ain't gonna do? I ain't gonna quit. I'm gonna keep going until I get it right. So yeah, I
That's right.
utilize things. You know, I don't gotta utilize it through different aspects of my life. I'm doing it intentionally though. That's the key. I'm using it as a tool. All these concepts, you know, we got physical tools to make our life better. We have mental tools too. We just don't use them properly. That's what these concepts are.
There
Like
we
you
go.
don't have to be humble 24/7, 7 days a week. You don't have to be humble 20. You be humble when it's necessary. Because
Exactly.
everybody don't deserve your humility.
Show
Everyone
on.
doesn't deserve your love. Everyone don't deserve your respect. And if you give it to a person that don't deserve it, just remember you gave it to them.
Let's
You know,
go,
so
throw it. You know we got to keep cooking, fam. Let's go.
they
Let's go.
yeah, man. But shit, we'll be on here all night talking, man. I
Man, I'm trying to
appreciate
tell
it.
you. You know how we do. You know how we do, man.
Hell
All the
yeah, man.
time.
I appreciate that, bro. This is what I
All
be
the
trying
time.
to do, man. I be trying to find people to come through, you know, and have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like we be having fun too, you know, we joke around and stuff like that. But you know, this
Yeah.
is this is this is this is what I can do on here. I can't really do too much else. You know, but I can do this. I can have these conversations. I can break things down that I know about. I don't know everything. I just know a lot about a little bit.
There we go. And
Hmm.
also it helps you explore more because that's what the key is.
Hmm.
Even as you become older, you should never want to stop having that hunger to keep thriving and keep learning. You know what I'm saying? Like you never
Yeah.
stop learning. That's what life is all about. That's why I appreciate brothers and sisters who do these lives of having these deep level discussions because man, we get enough 3D as it is on TV and all that shit. Let's get some 5D popping off. The 5D is
Yeah.
not getting explored more so. We got to get more people exploring it, man. We got to support more people that explore it too. See what I'm saying? Because I be
Hmm.
looking, bro, and I like to see the conscious brothers doing their debate, and I fuck with that too. But we got to also go to other areas of, you know what I'm saying, like black exploitation in the music, black exploitation in the community. You know what I'm saying? You know, self destruction aspects, man, still destructive behaviors. You know what I'm saying? That they inherit from their dad, like we was just talking about earlier. We gotta keep talking about that shit, man. Mental destruction. A lot of mental disabled. You know what I'm saying? Brothers like getting murdered and stuff, having mental disorders. You gotta
Yeah.
also keep that going too, because that's also part of it.
And I
And like
say
you
this,
said, bro,
bro. If you get people talking about that, bring me in, and I can talk about the solutions to that, bro. That's what I do. You
let's
know,
go.
I talk about
I'm definitely gonna
solutions.
bring
That's
you
what I
in because
want.
I'm definitely gonna bring you in because I'm gonna be doing something soon. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing something very soon about mental health. So stay tuned. Definitely
Oh
gonna get
yeah,
back into
yeah,
it. I love talking about
yeah.
mental health, man. That's my favorite, man. I could cook on that. That's why I got a variation because one thing too that I did is called Black Hatred, where I'm actually on. I'm about to be doing number 22 soon. You see what I'm saying? But it's a series. I made it a series to put it throughout the show because like it's so many different levels and other different things that's within our community And I do have one that I got an idea for too, because I think it's a narrative that's going on heavier in our community at this moment that we need to speak about. So yeah, stay tuned on that too. Also,
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, man, utilize me, bro. If you're talking about anything about personality, psychology, philosophy, bring me in, bro. Use
let's
me.
go. We in there then. Hey, we in there
Yeah,
then, man. We in
use
there.
yeah, definitely use me, bro. Because if I don't know it, I got people
I
who
tell
do
you.
know it. So if I ain't the source, I got the resource. You feel me? And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm
Yes,
trying
sir.
to build with people, bro. So I
Right
appreciate
on.
you
Yes,
hitting
sir.
my platform. And like I said, if you can utilize my I don't want to. Well, I'm gonna use the term expertise in the fields like behavior is huge. You know, that's I
Yes,
fuck with
sir.
the
Yes,
psychology.
sir.
I've been studying the DSM since I've been around psychology since I was 11. I ain't got a degree in it, but I got a scholarship in it.
Let's go.
Like I
Yes,
even work with
indeed.
psychologists
Oh,
now,
all the
bro. So
time. All the time, bro. Hey, big facts, though. Now you know we gotta stay creative with it, man, because there's levels to our
yeah,
people that we gotta cut down them layers like onions, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit deep, bro. We ain't
yeah,
if you underestimate the level of depth on the level of layers of what's going on with our people on a mental level, then you already kind of missing the point. You know what I'm saying? We don't see
mhm.
that talked about enough. It's not talked about enough.
I said something I thought was gonna get me in trouble. This shit been going over people's head for 2 years now, so I feel comfortable in saying it. But you don't want to know that one of the man. We'll talk about it. But one of
Okay.
the like I'm gonna just give you a little bit. So no matter if you believe we were enslaved here as the indigenous people of the Americas, or if you believe in the transatlantic slave trade, what you have to admit is that we were all in different tribes. So we wasn't all one people. And it was for a reason, bro.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I see that too.
That was for a reason. So once we understand that and get more back in the tribal aspect, because even though we wasn't all in the same tribes, we still connected and worked together. But we wasn't in the same tribe for a reason. You know? And even today, people say when they say the black community, bro, who you talking about? I be
Yeah.
asking people that when they say that, like, who you talking about? All
Yeah.
melanated people is black.
Yeah. Be more
It's
specific.
only, it's really only truly one um, group of people who I feel should identify as black, and that's the descendants of slavery because they have no identity. We have no identity.
There we go.
If I'm from Jamaica, I can say I'm Jamaican. If I'm from Kenya, I can say I'm Kenyan. But
Yeah.
um, the the people
But that's the
here,
key point. That's the key point in the fight within itself too, because a lot of melanated people, or should I say Aborigines, don't really know their true
mhm,
tribe. You know what I'm saying? They
mhm,
have a identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard for them to check that out. Whereas that's why I'm glad and I'm thankful to have a lineage from the South, because in the South, a lot of us are intertwined with our heritage. You see what I'm saying?
mhm,
And it's a certain passage of word of mouth that we get the lineage from, and we look at the pictures and
mhm.
we see everybody that where they come from and stuff like that. So, man, that's one thing I hope people got to take into too, learning your lineage, because like you said, some of them brothers and sisters come from a different tribe and don't even know the tribe because they had already been taken away from the motherland. You know what I mean?
And I would encourage people to do this too. Shit, form our own tribe. Our
There we
ancestors did
go.
it. I mean, we can do it.
There we go.
You know,
There we go. You
get
can.
with like
You have
mind,
hey, you
like
had it right. Yeah.
yeah, get with. That's what the nine is, bro. This is my tribe, man. I fuck with my
Okay.
people, bro.
Okay, so
That's
that's
what
where
the
all them
nine
nines
is,
popping up
bro.
at. I see that. Custodian
Yeah,
nine,
what them
Rafe
nines at?
nine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see nines everywhere. Okay, cool.
yeah, bro. Check this
Look, do you
out,
gotta have
man.
a 9 millimeter too? What's that? What's that? I was no, I was
We the
about with you, man.
nine,
Big
bro.
salute.
A league of extraordinary individuals that decided to come together to use their
Let's go.
various talents to raise the level of consciousness and promote self-development. Each
Let's go,
has
bro.
their own channel, but a better you is a better us, bro. It's easy. I figured out an easy way to fix the world. It's just gonna be hard to do it, but The better we are individually, the better we are collectively. That's how we fix the world. It ain't the world that's broken, it's the people in it. So if
There we
everybody
go.
take responsibility and accountability to work on themselves, we'll be all right.
Sure indeed. I see that.
So that's what we on. Only 9% of us seek solutions, and that's us. That's what we do. We do that as a family, though, man. We come over here, we make each other better by being better. If I become better, a version of myself today than I was yesterday, I'm gonna inspire my brothers and sisters to do the same. And as I see them do it, they inspire me to do the same. So better
Indeed.
we are
Sure indeed.
individually, the better we are collectively.
No doubt, bro.
But that's how we rock out. But let me get my butt on here. You know I'm black. I'll be saying bye for like 30 minutes.
All right, bro. All right, peace and blessings, man. Salute to the whole nine, everybody, man, the family, man, network family. You know what I'm saying? Big blessings on blessings.
Yeah, shout out to the network, man. Shout out to the network too. We rock the network.
Salute.
I'll be,
All day. All
I'll
day.
be my brother Looney and God is D. I'll be rocking with him.
Salute. Salute, Looney. Got us D. Salute.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Blended. Is Blended in the network?
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Blended, man. Shout out to Queen
Shout out to
Blended, man.
Blended.
Big blessing
Yeah.
to Queen Blended. Big blessing to Queen Kels as well. And Empress Sharon, you know what I'm saying? C Val, you know what I'm talking about? And Sad Blue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You already
I don't think I know all of them, but I'm gonna get to them.
Hey, no,
I
no,
think
no,
I
no.
might have been on a panel or two, rapping with them, but off the top of my head. But yeah, I get to know them, bro. They having conversations like this, definitely.
Oh, you will? Oh, you will, bro. Because we all be deep like that. You right. We all, hey, bro. Yeah, you definitely gonna chop it up. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get on in there too, man. Big blessings on blessings, family. Salute. And I'll check out
For
you next
sure.
time, family.
For sure, bro. Appreciate you coming through. Shout out to
Yeah, all the
Mouthpiece,
time.
man. Yeah,
Man, blessings on blessings. I'm gonna sub to everybody, man. Y'all sub to your boy. I'm subbing back too, all day, every day, man. Appreciate y'all
you
too.
I don't know who can somebody drop his link? If not, I'll drop it. Yeah, I'll drop it.
Okay, appreciate that, bro. Salute.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, man, that was great, man. That was a dope conversation. I wasn't even gonna come on tonight, but the spirit moved me to talk about. The spirit moved me to talk about the topic, and I'm happy it did. I'm happy y'all came on and rocked out with us. I hope y'all got something out of it from beginning to end, because that's my intention. That's the only reason I do it. Is to share the information that is given to me. That I'm blessed to be. I'm blessed to receive, man. That's the only way I can explain it. It's definitely like the words that came out of my mouth today definitely came from something greater than I. So I hope it was beneficial to you. I'm hoping people understand the mindset to the mind frame to the perception and how your belief or the way you feel about things interact with all that. I hope I broke that down in a way people can digest it and utilize it. But y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say anything, I appreciate you 755. Y'all make sure y'all get over there and support sis, man. Support 755 too, because you know why? You deserve art, and she got it. That's exactly what she got. So get y'all butt over there and support my sis, man. Appreciate you so much, 755. Thanks for your time, man. Thank you for your time, bro. Thank you for your time, bro. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3. I don't care how many of y'all in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. And as long as y'all rocking with me, I'm gonna rock with y'all. So I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I already came to the conclusion that nothing I say will be valid or useful until I'm dead and gone anyway. That's how all the greats work. When they alive, people think they crazy. When they die, then they make sense. Okay, that's just my destiny. Okay, I'm fine with that. So we gonna keep doing this. We gonna keep doing it, man, because I enjoy it. So thank you for y'all time. Thank y'all for y'all support, man. I greatly appreciate it, man. It's been a long journey. but I'm still here rocking. You know, every time I get a flat tire, y'all give me a spare. So I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And I'm gonna just try to. I'm gonna stop saying try. I'm gonna just be consistent as I've been. You know, I'm not here to break nobody down, but I am gonna push you and build you up. That's my goal. I might challenge you at times, but it's not out of hate, it's out of love. Because I know y'all can do better because I did better. And if I can do it, I know anybody can do it. God damn it. I got faith in y'all. That's why I keep coming here talking the shit I talk, right? That's why I'm gonna keep challenging y'all to do better, not just for you, but for them babies, man, for the generations. We have to be the example for them. You know, every day I don't want to do something. I look at my son and I realize why I gotta do it. You know, we need to be on that shit. Make a better version of ourselves. We have to be better so the kids will know better. We talking about them generation cycles, ending those. The way we end it is by ending it. You know, give my son a new cycle. You know, but we got to do better. And when we do better, we get better. And that's just what it is. Let me get off here. Young Riaz, what up, though, little bro? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But y'all know what I always say, man. Care about how you feel. These conversations to build nation. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that share button. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.